phase is him as a pick. Atlas was happening though. More so today has been Eudora getting banned instead of getting priled on that first two, and of course Freya also the first ban as well. So maybe that's a little bit of a different evolution of the draft, Trex.
Some of those things that are becoming more of a problem, right? Because the Eudora, it doesn't matter what assassin you pick, it'll always do well against it. Even if there's no Ling, even if there's no Harara, Eudora will always have a place there. Outside of that, we talked about the Cho a little bit. You know, I think Cho got a little exposed the other day. The Ruby was just a beautiful answer to it. And the Ruby's not something that's going to get banned out in first phase, meaning it always has a quick response. And normally if you're going to lock in the Cho, you might just lock it in that first phase, which means unless you're a last pick red side, that P3, most likely, I don't think we're going to see the Cho anytime soon.
Yeah, we saw it go well for Keyboy, but it also went badly yesterday.
Very up and down.
Yeah, it's up and down.
It's either going to work or it's going to ruin
Yo, what's up? Yes, China did cook us, bro.
For it, I think if any of these two would want to pick up something like the Cho, but then if you're Falcons, you're also looking at someone like Finn and acknowledging that he is one of the best Atlases in the world. He tore
am I audible? Am I audible?
And then now,
am I audible?
He's done a great job here at MSC EWC.
Yes, I am audible. Yeah, okay.
So I think it's in consideration for taking it away from
What's
him,
with those hair? Like what, bro? Like it's just there.
Picks up the Atlas,
come on, guys.
Valentina for Haji.
I'm already disappointed
So now Falcon on
India's performance.
Right. Or do we go for a possible trade? Because there's not much left. With the Freya gone, the Eudora gone, I feel like at this point you have to ban the Harara. And then we finally get the answer of what's left after that. Do we get one of those picks up front?
I think you can.
How do you like my thumbnail, guys?
It's Harara Fanny.
How do you like my thumbnail?
Fanny, yeah, I guess you have to, and that's the trade.
And they take away the Atlas actually.
Fanny's kind of, but you know you're going to have to.
God damn it, I saw it actually straight up.
Which means if Vitality says, we're
looks like I electrocuted. I did with the gameplay that they showed. Oh my god, I was disappointed. But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is.
We know that Harara is also available.
We tried.
So if Niall feels confident in that matchup either way, they don't have to force their assassin pick here, their jungle pick here. And they could try to prile something else. With Atlas gone, does Belleric become more important?
Oh, for sure. But I think if ever, it'll be Falcons who'll be incentivized to pick it up as one of the first two picks red.
Honestly, yeah, Belleric could just be up front, because either way, you get the Harara or the Fanny or something else. You get one of the two power assassins.
No, mate. Guys, if you've been watching here, I told you about it.
Okay, so they get Harara, then in terms of the theories that we've been making,
I told you about it.
Probably going to be like a Belleric plus a Fanny early on now.
Well, you take Fanny third pick.
Yeah, you don't need it now, right?
So Belleric and...
Belleric plus one. Atlas is gone. What are the other big names that I'm missing out on? There's always someone that I'm missing out on.
Belleric and an EXP here, maybe. Belleric
yeah, is it exposing it? You know, if you have an EXP lane, like we've seen Barrett's banned, we've seen Paquito banned.
Yeah.
We've seen those be able to continually flex Paquito specifically in some double fighter compositions into the gold lane. Is that too early to grab something like that because you have more options? What's your idea, Trex? What's a good
I mean, a lot of time you do want to save that EXP. You see a lot of them save it for last, especially on blue side, but also sometimes you want to pick it up front. It really just depends on where they want to go from here. They go for the Valentina, a safe mid lane pick, something that's always going to be and this still gives them some.
All right, we move on. I guess. What else can we do?
Locked in as a preemptive to the possible Fanny, but she has some range.
Hirara, Selena. Early Selena again.
I think of the Uranus. I think as much as they want the assassins, they have to decide whether or not they'll pick up their Fanny now or an assassin, or they go for their EXP laner, either in the Esmeralda or the Barretts. The Uranus will be playing away from the lane often, invading. Esme matches that, while the Barretts can also just be really annoying because right now Vitality doesn't have enough of a damage profile to deal with.
I'm trying to send some.
The Selena.
I'm trying to upload my reactions, guys. So basically, when when the game was going on, I was like reacting to it. I recorded my own reaction while casting. So
it's a tough choice for Falcons.
Hopefully, you guys like that kind of content as well. So yeah.
If they don't pick up the Fanny there, I was gonna say they risk it getting banned. But if you ban the Fanny, that means you leave something else open, like the Barretts, which is or the Moskov, which had been getting banned in this second phase. So So
yeah, I'm just checking. Explain how Hirara picks. Hirara is just OP, man. I've explained this a lot because at level 2 it's very strong. It has a double immune skill, and you are very mobile, and you dish out a lot of damage for an early game jungler. You know, and you can invade along with the early pressure that you have. If you're squishy on the other side, it's really dominant. But hey, this is our first Fanny game in MSC, so I think it's gonna be crazy.
Crowd control at this point. They went for the Uranus instead, which has a survivability against the Fanny, but still nothing to extremely lock it down. Yes, the Slings land an arrow, but that's not a whole lot. They still need something.
There's nothing we can do about it. What can we?
Some of those types of answers.
Trex was texting me like, where are you, bro? Why aren't you watching? I was like, bro, I'm casting. Sadly, I'm like, what to do? A lot of people wanted to watch with me, but the schedule was already set, so.
But with the Valentina, I think Belric and Valentina already is a pretty good Roman duo. That
I couldn't change it last match, yeah.
Selena, so I think for EXP,
Belric is meta because you have so much melee heroes, right? So if melee heroes are there, Belric is great. I think you guys play rank. If there's no marksman, okay, you guys think like, oh, Belric, marksman, taunt, vengeance, yeah, that's the way. But here, Belric is played to take the attention of all the melee heroes, so the other damage dealers can dish out the damage. That's the idea.
One lane that you know is going to be hard to kill.
You voted for Falcons to win the whole tournament? I did not. I haven't even voted yet.
Brody banned from the side of Falcons. They're going to be on first pick here. They do still need a marksman.
Melissa and Moskov.
Moskov could be a decent answer. You have the movement. You have the shred.
Already have the Belric, so you don't really.
It's going to be Moskov for Falcons, and then I think Vitality can go Melissa here.
Work at this point. I don't think it's too heavy of a reason. They could, honestly, I feel like the marksman may be the better first pick here, and it still gives you a little bit of room to possibly get the EXP flex.
Yo, what's up, Yamazaki?
Moskov still available, still unbanned. So
what time is True Rip? My True Rip is already lost, bro. Unfortunately, it was the first series of the day.
One ban remains on the side of Vitality.
They're already taking their time. You see, it's Eman who's being very vocal in this phase of the draft. I think, yeah, instead of taking away an EXP, they were thinking, okay, matchup,
Moskov.
gold, what are we going to end up with?
Do you pick Moskov to deny?
He's confident that his Claude will be able to handle it, so he just calls.
Bro, I was casting the other one, Jennison. I was casting. Like, if you go check Mobile Legends 5 channel, there's a Hindi stream. I was casting the Hindi stream for this. The first 2 games is what I do.
Yeah, I haven't seen that very often.
So that I can come and watch party the last 2 games and also sometimes go out, you know?
From Flap.
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah, it was Flap. Yeah. This is a pick that used to get used against things like the Uranus, the Esmeralda. It was kind of a cheese pick back in the day, but it has the armor shred. Yeah. It has the burst damage. It is a high risk, high reward pick for me still. If it pops off in the early game, this could be a huge threat to everything.
Did you guys enjoy TR did good, but I still want to criticize that TR didn't play like MLS if they played like everything. No, I think the players are very within their shell, not very confident in terms of going in. So yeah,
I wonder if Falcons will lean back to
that's what happened.
old combo.
What's up, let's get nice to see you.
Irithel, because the mobility will help from getting away from the.
I was watching the English one too, don't worry. While I was casting still.
They're still going to end up with either, I don't know, maybe like a still a
But it felt sad, man.
No, they still go Claude and they played with like one of the safest.
Bro, my thing is just stuck at 10 or 19%. Why is it not moving forward? It's annoying me.
Defense against the Fanny, but not a lot of answers against the Fanny. You have the go away, which can stop you from getting dived on. Yes, you have the
I told you the Melissa is going to come out, guys. I told you. Melissa.
Crowd control for this Fanny.
They could have gone for the Moscow, but didn't.
Well,
went for the Claude instead.
Are locked. Coach Moody and Coach K-Dot getting their teams, Falcons, PH, and Vitality.
It's going to be fun.
And this one, well, looks like fireworks are set to go off here at MSC. EWC26. Our third series
I'll have to
of
take
the
a look.
day is about to begin, and this is going to be a banger. Team Vitality and Team Falcons PH. Let's send it over to your casters to begin game 1.
This is going to be an interesting game.
Thanks, Rain Day. This is an exciting day to be alive. We get to watch some of the best regions play it out here on our 3rd series of the day of MSC.
Indoors is PS. Who's going to win?
Starters.
Who do you think will win this?
Classic Selena from the Maestro himself.
I think Vitality have the advantage in terms of the patch and the buffs and like all the nerfs and everything, but I think Falcons being a PH region, you can't root against them, right? But the rooting in some of the favorites just feels weird, but I think with the Selena plus the Hirara, they do look super strong.
With this, and again, Trex did point out most of their crowd control and potential lockdowns are just going to be on Finn.
Yeah, it really is going to be. And I think the important thing right now is whether or not those arrows not only are going to hit, but how do you set them up?
I'm eating and I'm watching.
Difficult job, right?
Don't worry. I've started to hate Claude because how much we've been seeing him constantly. I mean, because there's no other marksman, bro. Picking Claude is so that, you know, you... Oh my god, Nile. You pick up the Claude just because you don't want to lose the lane, you know what I mean? What is the reason that team but need SRG from Turkey?
But that's more
Turkish team.
so when you get to the late game. It's depending on we get there, because I feel like both teams just really want to get that early and end this fast.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget about the potential anti-synergy, right? There could be moments where Finn accidentally... Oh, hold on. Flap might be in some trouble here.
Oh no. Kyle, see, this is what I was talking about. Oh no, the cables are not going through. I think Vitality gonna abuse that.
The question that we posed earlier. So as long as he just gets to press the buttons in the right time.
But this comes at a cost, right? Because Moreno has to be preemptively...
Selena Hirara combo is very deadly.
To make these potions happen, allowing the mid
And the Badang to add to it is very good for the aggression.
Now, I mean, Moreno, he doesn't care about level 4. Level 4...
True Rippers are gone, bro. True Rippers are out of the tournament.
Game over for whoever, but even Iman recognizes that you gotta be scared.
Next tournament, True Rippers will play, or I don't even know if they're gonna stick together. So yeah.
Vitality are so...
Bro, I was casting.
Against Team FALCONS and their rotations, and so
for those who are asking why wasn't I streaming, because I was casting.
For themselves. We saw multiple rotations from FALCONS already, but every single one of them have been answered so far.
They have been, and I think the best part about it all is the fact that Vitality are playing super responsive to how FALCONS are moving across the map. As soon as Kyle showed up bot side, they set up for the instant turtle take. They cannot waste any little bit of time here. They also have to be, you know, just as careful to not put themselves in compromised positions. Top side, you really see that Shogun try to cut the wave. Notice Fanny is
Shogun.
To try and set up Nile right here, because he's just too thick.
The moment Nile showed up, FALCONS could just not commit anymore. Every single time, it seems like Vitality are just always prepared. They're not in any way taken by surprise by the presence of a Fanny, and it's something that...
Oh no, look at the Wrath of the Dryads also coming with a flicker. Oh my god, Finn trying to get taken out, but the Selena stun, man. Kyle's gone, right? Still survives. Ooh. Flap.
He could have lived that. He could have lived that. He wasn't 100% sure about the timing, about when Dyrok's ult actually...
Bro, everyone impressed. I'll tell you what, Kimi also played well. Stop. Every single player played well for True Rippers.
Wanted, hey, no abilities, I gotta just...
Literally just the lack of experience, nothing else.
As best as he can, this is what we should expect, right? FALCONS need to win this early stage of the game to get Kyle that advantage that we're hoping for, and it's not like the Ling. He's very dependent on that purple buff and can only do so much. It's not like you can just go back into your jungle and charge it all back up and you know, farm extra fast. It's all about, hey, I go in, if I don't have that purple buff, I have to recall, do it all over again.
Yeah, it's great adjustment too, I think, because they could not find the sides. They've been trying to, but they couldn't really get the sides. It's always been either Finn intercepting or even Moreno and Nile, so they just settled with Finn, who at the time was isolated from the rest, just trying to check wherever FALCONS were trying to go for next. And I think it's a great answer. They finally found a way to at least get a slight advantage, though the gold lead is very insignificant at this point, honestly.
And honestly, a really difficult comp to pull off. I mean, I'm
Vitality? I think let's see. I think Vitality will win this. They're super strong.
Flap. He's already going to get chunked down to 50% now.
Their picks are super strong.
This might be a harder contest. They do have
as long as Iman can scale really well,
so he's
they'll win.
Top himself back up here, but I think the real question is whether or not he gets caught when he tries to shred.
Because Moreno's very annoying with the Selena right now.
Backline, that shred is only good for Kyle and Super Mario.
They're trying to force out a respect ban on the Selena also. Oh my god. Combo. That's why the Benedict, someone asked why the Benedict, right guys, that's why.
Despite Vitality being the first ones to
you want to talk about the match before? Then don't talk about it.
He's making sure that the softer members
they were definitely nervous.
Have to worry about some tough angles that are being set up by Moreno.
100% True Rippers look nervous.
Oh
no, Moreno.
Moreno gets to dash away to safety. Shogun will try to block the rest of the members of FALCONS, but they're not going to force it anymore. Still, though, it's a 3-0 lead already in their hands.
Maybe a 3-0 lead with 1.4k, but we're not seeing structural damage. We haven't seen... Oh, speaking of structural damage, Flap, first person there to actually open up. And surprisingly enough, he's the one who actually unlocks his lane first, which is great for him. But what does that mean for the rest of FALCONS? Does that mean that he gets to walk around for free? I want to see how they utilize his Dyrok, because we didn't get to see a great showing the day before.
Yes, I agree. It was on a not-so-okay KDA, I think, if you look at it from the previous performance. But I think this is a much better spot for Flap now. He's clearly winning the lane already taking that tier 1 up top. And the fact that he was also able to be active in the first few skirmishes and even pick up kills too, I think grants him a much bigger advantage.
So I think we should work on a hero pool. We should work on everything, bro. I think just confidence, genuinely just confidence.
Mostly been responding, and
you could see in game number 2, when they got the comfort picks, they were playing like a different beast. Right? Same game number 2 against Vitality also. When you get comfort picks, they play like a beast, and I think it's just about the mentality of it. That's all. I hope so too. I don't think they're... Oh no. Nice. Kyle.
I hate the fact that Super Marco, he's laughing about it already.
Oh my god!
Attack on the bottom side.
Yo! What is that?
Just had to flicker out of that and use the go away.
He just collapsed on top of the entire team.
With the help of the other members of FALCONS,
Aurora are strong, bro. We saw what they did to Team Liquid. Especially with Coach Midnight. Looking to catch them off guard.
And let's just look at that replay and how flawlessly Kyle just flew around these two members of Team Vitality.
Dirty outplay. Dodges the immobilize, waited the iframes out, even dodging the knockback. And you see that Kyle's just like, nah, just another day in the office. Try harder next time. And Vitality, they will oblige here because they're starting to siege this turtle. They want to make sure they have control, but more importantly, they're waiting for Kyle. They know he's around.
Yep, he's gonna take this first. Abyssal arrows are not connecting just yet, but at least you also see Emman taking part in this fight. Niall will yet to have to reveal himself, because FALCONS are taking pretty good.
Whoa. Blazing Duet already coming in.
He's gonna go for Super Marco, but he still has the Purify. Moreno finally gets the kill, but he might just go down.
Oh, Moreno goes down. This is how you commit against the Selena. Play aggressive against the Selena.
They might not be able to find him anymore.
Excuse me.
It's not bad. Honestly, trading gold laner for mid laner, and considering that Moreno...
Yep, they are good players. They just needed confidence, which they didn't have, to be honest today.
It's Niall and alongside with Emman, so as long as these two are able to scale back up, it's great. But Finn might be in some trouble here. They don't want to contest this. This is not the position to fight for just yet, and Vitality understand that.
Yep, they kind of let go of this the moment that they went back after that kill towards Super Marco. He already also had to get his purple buff first, so Niall, I feel, is really doing a bit of catching up here in this game. He's already a level behind of Kyle here, and that's also probably one of the reasons why they just rather not contest an objective anymore, especially with FALCONS just surrounding the area like that.
With the early game having to be played super defensively for the side of Vitality, it gives you very little opportunities to actually look for potential snowballs. And so far, I mean, Emman, he was doing a good job against Super Marco. Generally, both sides came out of the lane pretty even, but once all the reinforcements started heading
yeah, see that Sky Piercer? I think against us, they didn't even build, or rather in the second game, Vamos didn't even build Sky Piercer on the Hirala, and they're still so dominating, you know what I mean?
They're starting to walk into enemy territory to steal away the resources, because dear God,
they have been.
Kyle, he's Batman at this point.
You have to feel good Selena players because they're so aggressive.
If I were Vitality and I was all alone, because I could just feel the presence of Kyle or maybe anyone from FALCONS at this point just hunt me down with the amount of damage that they already have. And Vitality, I feel, is going to take a bit more time from them. Even if we say, let's say Emman part of the fights, he just lays down Doll, but other than that, you don't really sense much threat for FALCONS, but now they're gonna catch Kyle. That is a kill that they definitely want.
Yep, that was the combo they were trying to pull off and got outplayed on that top side. This is the clean version of it, but they still don't get the conversion, unfortunately, on that turret, but they do slow down Kyle. Luckily, you don't have to worry about the purple buff. It hasn't even spawned just yet, so Kyle doesn't lose too much in general.
Yeah, but it's just gonna open up more opportunities for Vitality. You could see how they're trying to push their sides a bit more this time, but a concealed play from FALCONS might just turn things around. They're trying to go for the kills. Look at how Haji
cooked, bro.
Beautifully, but
I'm trying to upload that video, guys, so pardon me if I'm not able to watch it with you guys as much as I like, but I think this game is like pretty straightforward. There's nothing so exciting happening. It's just FALCONS are playing very clean. Vitality are not able to, they're not making many mistakes, but FALCONS is abusing their early game advantage that they have from the Dirot. So yeah, and the Fanny. Selena needs to get a stun, to be honest, but they can't do anything because they don't have the damage. But look at Niall, or Emman rather, forcing.
Now, but it's FALCONS starting up this objective. They're bursting it down as much as they can.
Oh Lord, Lord, no, they don't get it. Niall wasn't even present. Flap, Abyssum Strike misses.
but now he has to flicker out to re-engage or to regroup with Team Falcons, as Vitality might go for the chase, but they don't.
They didn't get the punish. They got the big cancels that they were looking for, but no conversions.
Meta shift helped Falcons to come back. No, I think the meta shift helped a lot of teams like Vamos.
They're done for. Now we
Especially.
gotta make sure that we can protect, because once we have to deal with this
Right? It should have helped Team Spirit.
So
It did not.
Vitality
Oh, Flaps
will
cooked.
go down
Stack.
relatively fast too. That's a less tankier XP lane that he currently is on, and I feel like Vitality will just constantly go for the punish every single time, every single opportunity.
Don't think Kimi will be main roamer against. Nah, bro, he is the main, bro. Okay, look. For those of you who think Kimi played bad, y'all are dumb.
They're looking for anything across the map, and even for Kyle.
But it could be possible. I don't know. But I think Kimi definitely. Everyone made mistakes. Not like Kimi played bad.
Kyle will not fight him there anymore, as Vitality will still deal with the Lord for now and are forced to play defensive.
At the moment, Apex just doesn't look convincing. At least from what I saw in the MLMS. After that, I haven't seen it yet. So I have to wait and see.
Honestly, this is great coming in for Vitality. Like, everything that could have gone wrong in the early stages of the game didn't necessarily hurt as
What's my highest rank in MLBB?
Okay.
Bro,
Niall has still
it's a lot of stars.
old.
Let's
He
just say
hasn't
that.
backed down at all. And with the
A lot.
Maleficent on his side now, he can start thinking
But I used to
about
like
getting
sit and
some of the
boost
bigger
and
targets.
stuff at one point.
Waiting if Vitality could pull up the
When I had no
combo
life, I was no
over
lifer.
again. So
But
I think a
MLBB
lot of
only,
this
but
is
yeah,
on
so.
Finn, and
Oh
whether
my
or
god,
not
Shogun's taking a lot of it. This is why
find that
Claude,
setup all
Super
over
Marco
again,
just.
because you could already expect the
I
damage
just
to come
killed once.
through, especially from Niall, especially from Moreno, and even Eman, but Falcons are just...
Second game, TR lost. It was almost their win, but you know, you could tell that it was just genuinely a lack of experience. They didn't have their heads on the shoulders. It just they lost focus.
That he's able to kind of take first position on the far lane rather than letting Kyle hard shove it every single time, because Vitality have to be relatively close to each other to find these intersecting points in the mid lane in comparison to like Sen and Herrera topside. And now that at least that Niall and Kyle are somewhat even in the lane, it's a much harder 1v1 to win out.
Yeah, we gotta check those items later on. But even if Vitality do group up, okay, there you go. He does have the Antikyras and the Radiant Armor already.
But no Oracle, so again, if 1v2, there's a good chance he still
We saw what Nish said about you. What did Nish say about me?
So he deals with
Bro, that is just content for engagement. Jesus Christ, you believe anything that's in front of you.
I don't see this happening. But that back here.
Oh, Kyle from the side.
But yeah,
though.
playing with Nish is hard and carry him, bro. Because he plays only Angela. It becomes tough. And he plays Xavier regardless of what he wants to play the mid lane. It becomes hard because you have to carry him. But he plays well. But we go 5-man.
Falcon positioning themselves, posturing, forcing the
No
back
hate,
lines
Nish.
of Vitality. They don't want to expose their
You know
backs.
that.
They want the
He
traditional
knows
front to
that.
back, but Kyle has so much of that pull. If Iman dies, this entire fight goes down the drain.
Yep. And now they take that mid turret just as
Exactly.
the Lord
Ogun's doing exactly what should be done against
imagine
Selena.
the space that they
You
could really
take the
play
arrows that
around
you
with.
have to, and then the rest you just become a problem and just use the Wrath of the Dryads whenever they dive in.
They have no idea Haji's
And he
in
has the
this
flicker also to be
position
aggressive.
either, and you mentioned something about Vitality grouping up and using it to an advantage, but they have to be careful of Haji. Haji's been stealing away that ultimate from the Badang, and that could be something to punish Vitality later on.
Wow, both of these guys.
Exactly, it's
whoever
always
shows
jokes.
up in the lane first, and Hirara shows, and guess what Falcons is going to do? Instantly take that space as Vitality are forced to move back.
But now, guys, anyways, our bias for, you know,
But Niall, he's not wasting any time.
our bias for Team True Rippers is gone, so now we can actually look at gameplays from MSC. That's crazy, oh no! Oh no, they're cooked, bro. They're cooked. What are they doing? Jeez! Oh my god! Kyle can't even get Moreno. Falcons is outplaying Vitality here, just saying. Oh no, win!
That's exactly what you want to see. It's all about Iman.
Yo, KRONOS SRG would have faced TLPs in lower bracket, but they shuffled it, isn't it? No, they didn't shuffle. They didn't shuffle. I think I just didn't see that. We didn't see that properly. They just mixed up the matches. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Eman with Super Marco. He's gone.
Yo, that was so sick. What timing on the Maestro must have. That's why he's the conductor. He doesn't miss a beat. What a well-timed arrow mid-air. And even Finn, he was looking at it. Look at this one more time, right? This big
let's see.
happens. Everybody's going crazy with it. Ogwin, really the game changer with the Wrath of the Dryads. But later on into this fight, that intersection. Wait for it. Where's the arrow? He hits it, and then it all goes down.
And this 1-1-1 too.
So good.
Man versus Supermark, crazy. Vitality, you gotta outbrawl them.
Finn should be happy that redeems him for the early mistakes, but now it really just comes down to execution, and that's
We'll have to take a look and see the previous stream. I don't think so, bro. It wasn't.
How both compositions need to kind of dance around each other, but that dancing gives more advantages to Falcon for the raw firepower, vitality.
Oh, they find another arrow. It's gonna be Flab. He's not as tanky.
Oh my God.
He's actually the one who falls down first. But with the Wrath of Giant and another setup from Finn. The iframes from Nile keep him safe too. It's only Vitality finding a 1-for-1.
Holy cow, this is only game number 1, and we are seeing that they are fighting tooth and nail. Owen should go down here.
He could not get away from that. But that's a response from Super Mario. But the go away will just shove him out. They couldn't go for the committed Haji. Nearly falling. Still has the ultimate from the Badang. But Vitality are going to play it safe.
They gotta breathe. They gotta breathe for just a moment. Kyle, he can still deal with these waves on the sides. It's just that main Lord force that they can't really deal with it. Super Marco will try his absolute best, but they're saying, you know what? We can't hold on to this. Let's give up this inhibitor. Yes, the long lane is not going to be in our favor, but we've got Kyle to deal with that consistently.
Was that a chastise picked up by Kyle here? It's like he was forced to almost adjust his items just because of how good.
I think need to master Claude, bro. Claude has always been there. You guys, if you guys are playing rank, you should always master Claude.
Every single time he uses the go away.
Let me take a look at the bracket. I don't think so, bro. Come on, bro. It can't be rigged like that. What you think this is World Cup or it's not FIFA, bro?
With the extended range, thanks to Muddles, sometimes you're not in that range to actually get the slow to the attack speed reduction. At this point, you got to be able to hit the right targets at the right time. And as much as everybody needs to slow it down, it does eventually come to start biting you in the butt. I think that Iman has been playing perfectly so far.
But I actually have the file as well, so let's take a look.
He needs it just to go in, force to get away from Iman, heal back up, and return to the fight.
Yeah, and that's something they can do. It's on Fanny, so you could just expect them to get into the fight fast. With Vitality, they've been holding this out really, really well. Finn gets to spot out a couple members from Falcons all over again. They're fighting for this purple buff. They don't want to hand it over to Kyle. But
no, it never was.
Another
Ooh,
from Moreno.
my God.
He actually forces the purify from Super Marco.
God, what are these angles? The Maestro finds it once
No, guys, it
more,
never was. It's proper only.
Big piece, but Falcons aren't completely out of this just yet. Man, what a turnaround.
Of course it's proper. You think you're making a stupid mistake. It's not FIFA, bro. Come on.
Incredible defense, and now seeing them on the attack, it's a pretty difficult game for either side.
What do you think Mirko understood the story of MLB?
Who wins and who loses. We're already 18 minutes into this game. Ooh. The next Lord has spawned. Keep in mind, this Lord is vital. It's going to be walking around with some extra damage reduction.
Open goes for the concealed play because they spot Nile up top, but they're not able to get anything out of it. Nile's just going to really get away and now transition to the Lord. They might just go burst this
down. Easy, Lord. Vitality able to make a comeback, but no way Kyle's gonna try and contest this, right?
Okay, the go away is still
retreat. Oh no, go away.
The retribution. Falcons want to go for the chase. The go away already forced out with another arrow landing on Kyle. Do they have
no. Oh my God, bro. Vitality.
Another setup from Finn. Together with the damage from Emma, with the clap back with the blazing dude from Super Marco. They actually get
not like this.
Emma still being alive though is not looking good for Falcons.
They're trying to go even further. He's eating the damage, finally. But look at that top side. Iman is running straight for the base.
Super Marco's the only one left.
Hey, yo, they're taking the base. Oh my God. Falcons didn't see that coming. They dominated the early game, but they got the base. Oh.
Nobody's sad after that match. Nobody is going to leave their seats. We've got to see game number 2. You know what? They don't need a break. They can just go again. Give us more. We need more.
Oh, Mirko.
So many fans are happy right now. Fans wearing Vitality jerseys, holding up placards, showing their support. And that was.
I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow, guys. Jennison. I won't be. I'll be going out, take my parents out for to show around the city. So yeah.
Such a great hold of the early game. So you just can't help but wonder, how did it turn out like this?
I think a lot of it comes down to Moreno in middle school.
Yeah.
He learned trigonometry really fast. How do you hit so many arrows on priority targets? Some who don't even care because they're on cables. Mid-air, we've seen Kyle getting hit by this. And as much as he was able to dominate this early stage of the game, and even Flap, they start to fall off. That armor shred is good, but the team fight, and especially with Finn's catches, man, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow.
Finn's catches, exactly. One of the main highlights I feel in this game. Because you put so much pressure
Damn,
on him
bro, that
before
arrow
you
was
actually
annoying.
got into game number 1 because he's the sole guy who could just disrupt, who could just catch and set up for the team maybe. Aside from, oh my gosh, look at your face.
I was losing it. I was losing it because of this catch right here. Right here. What an unbelievable catch coming
Look at the arrow.
Finn to set this all up. And all the
This second arrow.
He's playing a really, really hot game here today.
Yes.
Oh my
I thought it was
God.
always going to be Finn and Moreno kind of making things happen. Sometimes you get Niall in the mix
Bro.
here and there. But really, it was Eman.
Are they gonna ban the Selena, guys? Are they gonna ban the Selena chat?
For the team, and he played a phenomenal Melissa.
I agree. Eman on this Melissa, you guys just couldn't see it, but we're honestly sweating right now.
It is boiling up in here on the caster's desk, considering how much energy has been expended here on game number 1. You saw it from all the Vitality members. They all had to.
I thought Hirara was useless hero until I see her. Bro, she's a very good hero in the early game, and you have to know how to snowball. The mechanics are important. That's what people don't understand. Any heroes with dashes, you always think they're OP, and as a hero with 4 dashes is crazy.
Also from Team Falcons fans, because imagine that.
And immunity as well. Yeah, insane.
It's great to see that now we've come to the point of the game where it's not just about learning about fundamentals, the different little types of matchups. Not only are they playing to their strengths,
Yeah, India got cooked by
but it's
Modi,
about
bro.
execution, and that's the beautiful part. Both sides have traded blows at this point, and I think that Falcons now.
Bro, I need to
recognize,
upload this
if we're
thing,
going to
and
have
it's
to keep
taking
this
me
clean,
forever.
we gotta keep it more standard. We gotta figure out a better way to start exploiting Vitality. And number 1, it comes down to whether or not they can get this Melissa out of their hands.
And I think for the last 3 or 4 team fights, major team fights at that, Eman was just always surviving. I always had my eyes on Eman for some reason because I just knew for a fact that Falcons had to take him out. And you could probably expect a lot of them to do that. It's either Kyle, maybe even Flap, because I feel like Flap went past the timers where he could just deal with Shogun. I feel like they really couldn't do the gyros into the Uranus all over again anymore.
Holy moly, we used to use Super Fringe Selena, but not Moreno Selena. Bro, that's the thing. Everyone watches the one that's marketed very well. That's MPL Philippines, but Moreno's been really good throughout the MPL Indonesia season. For those of you who have been watching here with me, you know how good he was.
Him diving into that mid-tier 1, trying to clear that wave and giving up his life. He is not at the same level as Uranus. He is great at tread, he is great at sustain, but if he's not in that middle of the fight hitting multiple targets to get the heal, he's not going to be as tanky as you think he is.
Yeah, it was really good execution, honestly. Vitality, I knew
Trash talking. That's what we wanted from the players, but that wasn't present
before the series started. But I did not expect it to be like this in game number 1. With game number 1?
I'm losing my words here. We're gonna be throwing it over to a quick interview with Luke.
Exactly, Amelia. Holy thumbnail. Exactly.
It's too much. Let's
Do you guys like it?
Luke, man.
Is in our DNA.
Hey, Real Madrid jersey.
Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
I was walking at the venue and it turns out Luke is here all the way from Indonesia, pro player from Indonesia.
Pro player.
Pro player, how are you doing?
I like how they say it. The respect that they have for the pro players is crazy.
So much.
By the way, why are you here?
Because I'm fans of Vitality.
Fans of Vitality, not Onyx?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, but more Vitality.
More Vitality.
Is it because you're close with them? I mean,
Because
they are your
I'm
ex-teammates.
Vitality right now.
Oh, you are Vitality right now. Okay. Speaking of Vitality, you caught the match yesterday. It looked like it took them a little bit of time to finish out that game. Was that a result that you were expecting?
The mustache looks grummy, bro. Crazy.
Yeah,
it's
of course,
PH domination. No, we'll see, bro. We'll see. It's only the group stages, folks. It's only the group stage. Is that bread and a mustache? Hell yeah, that's a baguette, bro. That's a baguette. Is there any giveaway today, bro? I feel very depressed to do giveaway, bro. This guy come and ask for a giveaway. But yeah, sure. We'll think about it. If I'm able to upload this video on time, then sure.
Yeah, I agree because right now Assassin meta, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think both of team in Indonesia are really good at Assassin. Like Nanail and Kyrie is so good.
But I mean, on the other side, we have Sakai's from SRG. We have Zaur Egoist earlier on. We have Kyle, Carl, TZ. Are they not good on assassins?
They good, but I think I'm more biased on Nile.
He's biased on Nile.
Nile is so good.
Nile is so good. It's not just because you guys are close, right? You actually think objectively he's
No,
good.
I'm not close with
Maybe you should
Nile.
grow that
Oh,
mustache,
you're not?
bro. I'll try.
It's my enemy.
Oh, he's your...
Yeah.
What
Who's Luke?
happened?
Luke plays for BTR.
Just, I hate him.
BTR or
You hate him, but you're
what's the other one?
supporting
Not
Vitality.
he plays with
Very interesting. On that notion, do you have a message
Baloisky,
to
I
Team
think.
Vitality?
He plays in Imperial Indo,
who's
that I
gonna
can
go
tell you.
up
I
soon?
forgot which team.
Just give space to our maestro, Moreno, yeah? He will carry.
Carry. Moreno the Maestro will carry. Do you maybe have a message for Onyx?
For Onyx, yeah, good luck. Yeah.
He doesn't know what to
Good
say
luck
because it's
for
so
Onyx,
strong.
yeah. We hope this EWC can grand finals to Team Indo.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. But what about the fans back at home? I think people
Kronos,
are
have you
waiting
noticed
for
Vamos
you to
Jungle
say
Loki looks like
something
Lomsong?
maybe to the
I don't know
Indonesian
about that.
supporters that are watching right now.
I don't know about that. Why are you streaming so late? You should have streamed the TR match before to support it. Bro, I was casting the game, bro. This is what people don't even know. That's why I say follow my
He's gonna be
Instagram
here
so you
only
know
for
one
5
keep
days, so
updated.
watch him restream.
Jeez Louise.
I'll watch you restream.
Type exclamation mark IG
Thank you
someone
so
so you can
much
follow my
for your
Instagram.
time.
And he
We're
knows what I
going
was
to
doing.
back over to you guys.
It's crazy you guys think I would miss that match, bro. It's actually crazy. I'm baffled to think you'd actually think I'd you know, I'd miss that match. I'm inserting an ad now, by the way, guys. For those of you who have YouTube Premium and don't have to watch the ad,
A lot of people are haunted.
I need to get paid somehow, you know. I need to put ads so I can get paid.
For themselves, they're really playing for their.
Don't watch EWC ads. Watch my ads.
They're demons. They have crushed the curse.
I need to watch that season 2, by the way.
Got our explosion once again for a little update from the Gdea City Grid. How's things going today? You've got a couple of days at your competition, but things are heating up, right?
Well, they are. I mean, we're already into our finals. We have a 3-day-long finals. Day 1 has started today. Now, we're only one match in so far. However, to kick things off, we already saw a big win out of T1, and they weren't even one of the teams that we touched on in the beginning, but they are in that CC race. However, 3 days of finals means a lot of gameplay, and we still have Navi at the top of our leaderboard heading into finals. We have Liquid, we have Falcons, we have Vitality, we have AGAL, Twisted Minds, so
it's busy.
This is really busy for our finals.
Yeah, excellent. I mean, look, we've got a lot of going on there, so we'll be keeping up to date as much as we possibly can, but it sounds like there's going to be huge implications in the club championship.
I want Keller to play like how we played at MSC 25, especially in game.
Thanks, guys.
Let's see. I haven't used my Crunchyroll in a long time. Today we felt True Rippers, we felt KRONOS, we all got emotional. Exactly. Yep. Vitality is the biggest threat in this MSC. Falcons are okay, but TL are very shaky, and we all know Onyx ID, they always do well in MSC. Onyx Indonesia, I think, is the biggest threat in this MSC, not gonna lie.
To MSC, there's some great people in the crowd who want prizes in between our games. Okay, just so y'all know, I got #1, but of course, we got to make the people in the crowd very happy, and they got it. Welcome back. We're heading into the draft. Trex, I feel like everything that we said about the draft from game #1, it hit. We saw how Vitality struggled early on to deal with the Fanny, but then the inevitable happened. The Melissa, and of course, when that Selena and Badang started hitting together, they were unstoppable.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I doubted.
Do you think Vitality to the Onyx finals? It could be possible because of the patch. It could be really possible.
I did not respect the game completely, and though it took some time, once it mattered, once they were able to buy into that late game, it was on. That final big play with the fist crack followed up by the arrow, completely foreseeing Kyle's entry into the mid lane and just stopping in its tracks. Very well done by Vitality. Now, will I say that the draft was a complete win? Will I say that I think honestly they won that game off of skill as well, right?
100%.
Both teams had the ability to win that game off of their drafts, which means coming into game 2,
broken walls, okay.
Here, right? It's definitely possible for Falcon to tie
This
things
meta
up.
is Kyrie's
Both
play
teams
zone.
have
Yes,
shown
it's
that they
true.
know
Go
what they can
Vitality,
do
let's
in their
see.
draft. And it's definitely possible for Vitality as well to pull this off and look for the 2-0.
And it was such an entertaining game because we got to see both lineups.
And I think the fact that they're so confident to pick Selena as the second pick and not the last pick shows that they're super aggressive. They believe in themselves, man, this Vitality team.
As you mentioned, we're able to pop off, make sure that Melissa and Eman was the one who was bulletproof in the previous
I don't think
game.
utility jungler is
Falcons goes ahead
over,
and bans
I would
out
say.
the Phovius, trying to bait out a reaction towards a potential first pick of Freya for the side of Falcons. But we also can't forget about some of the major trades that we have through the Atlas, the Valentina, and other great picks that we still have in the meta.
Bro, I need
Marcel is still
to
open, by the way.
connect this phone.
Falcons will opt for that blue side first pick on this. Quick fun fact from Kyle. He has said that they're very strong, Vitality. Niall always bullies me in scrims. Just don't bully
This
me in
patch
the
is
tournament
Indonesia
too.
patch, I agree.
So there's a little bit more context to what Niall said earlier with the interview with Eterna about how he sees just him and Tianzi as the top junglers here mechanics-wise, based off of results of the scrims, but not referring to what he believes when it comes to the tournament space once you're there on the stage. So the Valentina gets taken out here by Falcons now, with the Atlas gone. Yeah, that forces out the Marcel ban. So far, it's the bans of Falcons are more on forcing Vitality to ban certain heroes.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different than last time. We're not going to see the Valentina this game. The Marcel banned out. Will that Ling be banned out? Last time it was Vitality on blue side who decided to ban out, which forced the big trade of either leaving the Fanny open or not, and Falcon called the bluff and ended up paying the price for it. Now with Falcons putting in their last ban, we still have all the assassins up. Jushin also still available and open. Freya still available and open. With things like Valentina and Atlas and Phovius getting banned out, it means that there's a lot to trade up on, and Falcons want to go for that trade.
Whoa.
And while they're doing it, they take out the Selena, which I think is a good play overall. Do more of a target ban and leave some of those prio picks open.
Yeah, I think at that point, Falcons are already deciding the possibility that the Seleno is going to come in way early, similar to what we saw get drafted earlier in MSC. If I'm not mistaken, that was Vitality who was able to do that in day number 1. So a lot of great options here available.
India will get slotted in M tournament for sure. Wish one strong team come up now. I trust only Apex and don't cover for India. I don't know about that. We'll see.
Yep.
Alexia. My bet coins on the Falcons, but damn, it happens.
I mean, for any of the three, essentially, right? They go for the Frey instead, which I'm a little surprised about, but still very viable because they still get the Belleric. That means
I still think Godlike currently from India the strongest team.
Falcons now deciding what do we want
picked up an
in
empty
the big
glass.
3,
Yeah.
and what do we want to respond with? They go for the Eudora, which didn't even see it. It's a hero that I still have to get used to.
Yeah, same. Eudora as the first pick. Because with the Valentina getting banned out, they have to be wary of picking their jungler right away. Because Vitality, they are encouraged to pick up the Belleric in the first phase. With the Valentina gone, then Falcons won't have their own Wrath of Dryad to steal away. And with the Atlas banned by Vitality as well, they might just pick up the Belleric here and now.
Did they just go for the Belleric Herrera? They went the same thing as last time, pretty much.
Belleric Herrera,
Bro, this shit been stuck at 19%. It's annoying me.
Pick up the assassin because you're gonna get one of the 3.
Yeah, it's like you have such a wide field to play with. You could just adjust. A lot of options here for Vitality, but because
left for mid lane.
Okay, so they will get the Ling Belleric as expected. Mid lane for Moreno. Let's see if they're still willing to play the Juice in later on, maybe into Red 3, Red 4. But I think a lineup that can clear the mid a little bit faster for Vitality will encourage them to take control of the river and make sure that their Ling is happy.
Does Falcon commit once again to an assassin pick Or do they try to switch
I think I'm
things
just
up here
super
a
sad
little
after
bit?
the games.
We've seen a lot work.
Apex,
against the
Romcom, Bid,
Assassins. They go for the
Radium,
Fanny
J,
once
and if
again.
Nepal didn't get slot, yeah,
And
equal,
Bratz
join us at
into
your
the
new lineup
EXP
planning.
this
Nah, bro,
time.
that won't happen, bro. That won't happen.
Do we think we're gonna see
That won't
maybe
happen.
something crazy and get the double fighter off?
That's not
the only
gonna
time
happen.
We've seen the Baratzes so far is when there is also a fighter in gold or something of that nature.
But it's tough considering that Vitality is going to be coming back at Red Forest, the first pick, and they have bans. They can just take away the Paquito. The Freya's already gone. Usually when we saw Barrett's in the EXP and then it's paired up with another
They don't
fighter
care
on
about the
opposite side,
Fanny
it's
Team
either just
Vitality.
The Paquito and the Freya, unless they're going to dig deep and go for something else, like maybe along the lines of a Ruby, but you don't really see enough picks that would warrant that. I think they can just double down and play it the traditional in terms of their
I saw
goal
Baratz's
game
explain many matches.
option,
Baratz
but let's see how
yes,
it's gonna
Baratz
go.
is becoming
Melissa
better.
is still going to be the pick here for Vitality, and the problem right now is for Falcons because of their picks. They don't have enough that long-range reach to really mess up this Melissa.
I think after
With
the
lane,
group
with the
stages,
Beleric
I'll make a
especially,
tier list for the heroes, so at least people
Emma
are
might be on
aware,
the
you
way
know
to
what I mean?
another bulletproof game.
We can't see Tiaros of Vamos, bro, sadly. Yeah, I know, right? It's okay, we let them go, bro.
Draft. At least in terms of how they were able to make everything work last game. Don't get me wrong, the early game could still be troublesome for them. Falcons had an amazing early game last time with the Fanny pick.
Yeah.
And everything else.
Why is their
behind
key
it.
blue?
So Falcons maybe want to also
Or is
run
it the
back
lighting?
same type of game, but just play a little bit better, close it out a little bit faster.
Maybe. Oh, wow. Respect on the Minotaur of Ogwin.
I mean,
That
yeah,
actually
because
could mess up the lineup of
it's the
Vitality.
anti-death,
I think wider
it's because of the
reach
Ling.
might give Falcons a moment to not get peppered by the basic attacks of that Melissa. So maybe the fact that they're not going, they're going into the second phase of the drafting without their Ogwin pick just yet might hurt them. Atlas is gone, Beleric was taken away, the Minotaur option's gone.
We see the Badong Ben from Falcon this
Yeah,
time.
Vamos got off safe, or else we would have messed them. Exactly, bro. Exactly, Parul. Exactly.
The possibility that Beleric will
TR
suddenly
matches were
show up
great,
in the
bro.
EXP
TR
lane.
matches were great.
Beleric, who would have thought, would end up becoming a really poisonous flex pick for MSC at EWC26.
All right, so now Vitality, last ban on the field. Take out the Minotaur. Do they keep going into the roaming position? What is really left at this point?
Huh. I'm really trying to run through the names of roamers, but in terms of the top
He's
ones
young,
we see,
bro. He's
these
not
are
short.
like the main trades, unless
He's a young guy.
Falcons are gonna pick up
That's
something
why
like
he's
the
short.
show.
Jesus Christ, let him grow, man. Let him get his vitamins in.
At least there's gonna be a moment where you will be able to knock up the Melissa in her ult, but then you'll get yeeted out of the dome right away with a getaway. But if they're gonna play this Barris in the EXP, you're encouraged to be able to rotate fast and clear fast in the mid. You need a concussive blast roamer with this Eudora. They might still just end up picking up the Cho there.
Cho could definitely be a possibility.
They get close out with Cho Moskov, maybe, for Marco. Wouldn't be too crazy. If Vitality are looking to, and if they're willing to, get a mid laner that has to shred damage for the Bears, they might want to go and consider the Lunox at the center of the map. Oh, Sora getting taken away. Oh, forgot about
Lunox
him.
definitely not a bad pick. You get the Brilliance to get away from the Fanny as well. You have some defensive capabilities. You don't have as much range against the Eudora, and you can still get one-shotted. You know, it's because the Eudora is just so quick about it, you don't have, it could be dangerous. On the side of Vitality,
They do need
I
to
think you lock in your mid here and save the flex.
Yeah.
Save the EXP flex, the possibility.
Yeah, at least you have room to adjust and surprise.
You guys know, like, the amount of hate that I'm getting on YouTube, right? It's
They
crazy.
banned out the roamer, they banned out an EXP option, so that is still definitely something they're thinking about. Is Vitality gonna be picking up here? Maybe a little bit more range through the mid or a little bit more shred. Which route are they gonna go? How about a little bit more sustainability? They pick up the Esmeralda at the EXP. They do show their options already for Roman EXP. You're just waiting for their mid laner now.
So you just, like you said, we pick up the Moskov for Falcon.
Yeah. Moskov
Do you
and
think
Cho.
they could go something like the Kaja here? Something to pick off this Ling?
I think for that,
Ruby roam?
just of how fast. Ooh.
Against the Esmeralda?
I think Ruby is not good
Possibly
here.
gets the Ling whenever he dashes in?
Yeah, but tough.
Gatot
considering
Kacha
the Beleric
maybe?
and the Melissa, so it sounds like it's 50-50 because you're getting
Hylos.
a lot of good things, but I feel like the bad things you get out of Ruby Robe Surprise might be worse. So
Hylos.
Kaja, in terms of pick off, I can see it, but I still lean towards
Hylos Brody?
Brody, okay.
One of the few heroes that can probably get
Akai.
put out some range.
Right. This was one of the picks that Falcons have already shown here. The Akai roam for Ogwen. They get the Brody. Kai and Eudora in the center. It's fast, clear. Not as fast in the rotations, but it will be annoying for the Link to deal with in the team fights. But again, the problem still
Valentina,
stands.
maybe? No, it's already banned. Selena gone. They need a pick off.
Their front line needs to be stalwart. It needs to hold for a long time so that Brody could get the stacks off, pop that torn apart memory, melt them front to back until the Melissa has to get away.
So last pick for Vitality, still need a mid laner. Eve's open, we haven't seen that in a bit. Jushin. Jushin's also still open. They just go for the Jushin, right?
Yeah, something that we mentioned also. Could be good and could be annoying for the Akai. You're going to be forced to use your dashes.
Vexana.
Vexana. Because of the Akai and the Barrets in front of you, and it does have a lot of distance protection for the Melissa.
Yeah, definitely a great answer.
That's my championship belt, bro. You need to get your Money in the Bank briefcase to kind, you know, do it.
How well it can do with the stiff arm, with the ability to get that terror.
God of Death, you need your Money in the Bank briefcase to come and cash in, bro. And unfortunately, you can't. Why is bro wearing Man United jersey, bro?
Right? So if he can make some of those quick picks, drop.
If you can offer you to bet 5 best player, who you choosing lineup? Right now.
All right, that has been it for myself and
Let's answer the question later. Let's get closer to an Indian tournament. Right now, let's watch the EWC.
Both teams get to do what their lineup wants to do, or will one of them dominate?
What do you mean, why, Mr. Bag? Oh wait, it's stop chat. I can't see your previous. Hold on, let me change it to live chat so I can read everything.
Bring you over, Thorcasters, Brigida, and Gideon.
Oh, you didn't say anything else. What do you mean, why?
Thanks so much. It's going to be a good day here.
Is Ling back in the meta after? Yes, bro. Ling has been back in the meta for a while now with his new patch. Which thing is the best draft so far? This one, I like Vitality's draft again. I like Fanny, but I'm also pretty. I like to watch Fanny, but I'm pretty against Fanny because it's so risky. So yeah.
On the red side, and let's go through this composition because again, that Vexana last pick actually is pretty genius.
You can't beat me, bro.
So good at like just peeling.
You're not Seth Rollins, and I'm not Roman Reigns.
Threat to the front line. It's like Ogwen at a certain point will not be able to take that kind of damage from Moreno.
And it's like adding an additional front line to your lineup in general, which I feel would work out really well for them, but that's multiple pull yourself together.
So many. And now instant evade here.
Oh, Fork Lightning, stunning multiple.
Oh shit, guys, this is what I was talking about. See, this is what I'm talking about.
To be the first one to go down in this fight.
Best draft in all teams.
They traded out with the Roamer, which I don't think makes it any better.
I think I like Aurora's draft, but oh, Haji, why is so aggressive? Falcons, what are they doing?
That the rest of the team.
What are Falcons doing?
Got the last pick. He was ready to give that kill over and trade his life for Nile. Like he did not care at all. He has done his job and he knows he's going to do it again.
Look at this. What is going on? Why are they so aggressive? This is what the Vexana does so good right now. When you have a front line like that, Vexana just becomes better.
This being a Belleric and you just potentially being caught again. If Moreno went down here, I feel like that would somewhat equalize a bit. But the fact that he didn't, I really feel like Vitality got the better out of that.
Stop what, bro? That's my championship. Is it heavyweight or intercontinental? That's the heavyweight championship. I didn't get the intercontinental title. Maybe Baxi and Fred will be back in the meta. It might take time for it. Not right now. Maybe the playoffs. And the teams that will bring it back will be the Filipino teams, not the Indonesian teams. I can guarantee you that. But for that, they need to make it to the playoffs. They need to get there. They're still understanding the meta, I would say. Yes, they've kind of understood it. But for that to happen, you'll have to start seeing like Matilda's come back, you know? They need to find a playstyle. Right now, rotations are just too fast. Tempo is too fast for any tank jungles to come through. And that's what, when the tempo is fast, tank jungles will not do well because assassins are so mobile. That's the difference. And for tank jungle to be present, to be mobile, you need heroes like a Matilda. Not heroes like, you need the Matilda. Oh, wait. Whoa, Shogun, yeah.
They actually pick up the kill. So this is a different approach to the combos that we saw from Vitality. It's a Barretts and a Fanny working together now.
But I do think it was interesting, right? They already knew that it was going to be Barretts playing into Shogun at this stage of the game, right? And I think the only way that...
What do you think about the matchup between Onyx and Aurora? Onyx and Aurora, that will be crazy. That will be crazy tomorrow.
Before he gets the stacks. Once he's gotten to that enraged dino form and he can start doing the stomps in the middle of the wave,
that will be crazy.
He will out-sustain Shogun.
Where's God of Death? God of Death is still watching, bro.
Yeah, he didn't have the Purify at that point too, right?
You're right.
So So
yes.
there was just no way to really
Come
get
on,
out
bro.
of it, and
Come
he
on.
had to accept his fate.
Try and take it
there.
away from me.
Owen gets poked down a bit here, though. He still
I got my
has a couple
WWE
seconds
championship
before
also.
the
You can't even
next
touch it.
objective spawns, but
TNZ was the
Falcons
carry
are
will be
making
crazy. Not gonna lie. TNZ was the carry will be fire.
lead that they have in their hands.
It's still a small lead. We saw how game 1 went, so until we start seeing like a 5K lead, something closer to like the
Any
6K,
predictions? I
then
think
there should be,
Onyx.
you know, a sigh of relief for all
Onyx
the
probably
Falcons
will take that one, and I think Sigiboom will have a tough time against Keldra.
Around and stealing away camps here and there.
He actually got that gold crab.
How do you lose by so sad feeling? It's okay, cool. You should see how I reacted, bro, when I found out like when I was watching we lost. I put my phone over here and while I was casting, I was recording. Oh my god, my heart sunk in, bro.
That makes it all the more difficult to deal with because its primary objective, it's not split between having to secure the objective and having to zone out. It's just really zoning out.
Yeah, that was a I'm gonna touch on it later, but for now, the fight.
There you go. It's the heavy spin pushing them away, and now Vitality are unable to contest for the objective. But the flicker in from Spin and the falling star from Shogun. The knockup as well from the Eternal Guard. Flap actually finds one, but that's a Purify used by Shogun. So
oh
sheesh!
Okay. Flap cooked.
Come in from Nile. Countering to look for his
Oh, Super Marco survives. Oh my god, Super Marco gets Nile. That's the Brody. But still, they lose Kyle also.
His way through the fight.
That's a 3-for-2 trade in favor of the Falcons here. And I think that Vitality, it was a pretty good idea. Overall, if they got Super Marco at the end there, it would have been 100% worth it. But just look at this Wombo combo, right? How do you deal with this? And this is why I think the Vexana is so good, because now it's not about priority targets. I do max % health damage. Build what you want. Hey, you know what? Build 3 Guardian Helms if you really want to.
Yeah. So far, Moreno again and Eman have been untouched in this game. And it's starting to become a problem, I feel, for Falcons, because you even saw how Flap was just so decisive in wanting to go for it. Hold on, Ogwen. It's not a good time to be.
Look, he's not lagging. Both sides are not lagging. They're playing a perfect ping here at EWC. Iman is baiting him to do it.
Oh, they're all going in for
Haji gets cooked, bro.
Now it's gonna be Kyle trying to look for
oh
a
my
trade,
god.
Oh! Now it's Finn setting up the Wrath of Dryad. And now they're in the jungle of Team
This game's got me into it now. I still can't get over TLP's or Rafaela mid was cheesy. It's cheesy.
Now they've kind of used everything at this stage. They got their profit, they walk away. No point trying to greed out for more. And I think the Falcons this time...
Yeah, with True Rappers being out, who do you support?
Kind of break the bad
Team Liquid, of course. Can't believe you guys doubt Liquid.
Other characters here, I think he might
doesn't matter who's playing for Team Liquid. Team Liquid is still Team Liquid.
To go for Iman at the same time. It's just a tough call.
You really have to think hard about who your target is going to be because it's very single target. And Haji has just not been able to have the same free time as Moreno in this game. In the series, at least.
Yeah.
Moreno has been too free. The way that they've been linking together with Finn has been such phenomenal performance from Vitality so far. But now let's see, because Falcons are setting up for this turtle.
Oh, interesting. Conceal to push Shogun out of position, allowing Vitality to reveal themselves first. The big issue is that Finn has that flicker.
Oh no, Shogun,
I
Ogwen.
mean, they've got good counter engage, so somehow Flap and Ogwen need to poke out their targets. I would argue that Haji needs to as well, but there's so many times where as soon as he shows up, that's an instant engagement from the side of Vitality.
Yep, at least Ogwen now.
DHS from Iman also right now.
The turtle pit, but Eman is
I don't get if Team Liquid ID also, but Liquid is Liquid, you know what I mean?
Muddles out there and deals a certain amount of damage towards the front lines. It's not just making things easy for Falcons, who just want to position themselves around this pit. Ogwen now below half HP.
Whoa, Flap easy missed with the flicker.
Ogwen
had a flicker as well. Niall's gonna get this kill quite easy. Boom.
Here in this fight, it's a killing spree for Moreno.
Bro, the Maestro is crazy, bro.
Take it freely, he still has a retribution, but he can't get close.
Purify.
This is a
from Shogun to survive.
Game. Holy cow.
Whoa. Oh, Flap could not stand that. What? where could he go?
What's a
There's
Barats?
not much mobility you can rely on as a Barats either. It's just the Daytona's welcome charge, and that's about it.
This
Oh
game's
my
kind of
God.
ridiculous because it's really a game of chicken, right? It's whoever backs down from the fight first, and unfortunately for Falcons, for them to reposition, it's a lot harder in comparison to Vitality, who again are playing all for one and one for all with Iman here, who's doing a phenomenal job of keeping himself alive, and best yet, he's almost single-handedly getting Ogwin to use the heavy spin on him.
And when Kyle went for him, he didn't even.
Melissa, I mean, Melissa, when they dive against you, Melissa always better. Look at Nile. The recall taunts are coming in for what Kyle was screaming before.
So you could just sense that he perfectly mastered the timings in which he is supposed to use the go away, and that's posing multiple problems from Falcons right now.
Vitality are contenders, and I told you that about it, guys.
Trying to contest, trying to get a set. Wait, hold on.
Okay, Eman still has the purify.
Oh, go away. Ogwen's cooked, right?
Go away and it's gonna be enough.
Cooked. Daytona's welcome. But oh my god, the damage is insane. Oh, wait, right on top. Kyle missed the cable. Kyle missed cable.
Falcons are low and Nile is here.
Bro, Kyle missed the cable, bro. He's recalling.
Kyle missed one cable, the most important cable from the destroyed structure of the turret.
Crazy.
It just slipped right in between. I thought it was going to connect, but there was just too much noise in the middle of it to be accurate. Let's look at it one more time. Because again,
see, he missed the cable here, guys. He would have got Iman, okay? He went in, came back, got the kill. Now he could have got Iman, but missed the cable.
That last cable didn't connect, so he couldn't get that last bit of burst, allowing Iman to reposition. How unfortunate.
It just got a bit too
That's
messy,
crazy. Meta it's not weird, it's very open. Like there's no specific 10 heroes that are OP, you know what I mean? There are multiple heroes that are OP, so it's about what you want to. It's like there are multiple ingredients to the dish you want to cook. It's not like, oh, this is like, you know, like this MSG that's like the crazy ingredient, like Uncle Roger said, oh no, Iman, oh my god, did you see that damage? Jesus. Oh my god. Oh no, not like this.
Will he find a target? He will probably wait a bit more and just play it safe for now.
And I love the fact that Nile, they both understand each other's composition. So now, just existing, just putting himself in a position where he is visible to the Falcons will make them second guess. Hey, we don't want to greed this out too much. We already got what we were looking for. Yep. Finn and Iman are down. We can take first position at this point. Now, the next problem is Moreno until Iman gets back to the pit.
Yeah, and that was unexpected. You wouldn't really expect
oh my god. That was crazy. Do you guys see that damage? Eudorako's assassins and Meta, and she got a buff also. Oh, Haji still survives the Tempest of Blades. Cooked.
And the backlines are being taken care of as Emma's just really throwing out these needles.
Tempo is too fast, so tanky junglers, the slow-paced style of Philippines is not working right now. Oh my god.
Go away, keeping Emma safe. But Falcons are gonna settle with that.
Man, that was nasty. Shogun purposefully just standing right on top of Flap. As soon as he saw the Daytona's welcome, all he had to do was position himself just a little bit further to make sure people step away. But just look at this, right? Instantly, they find a big punish onto Haji, right?
Jeez.
Nile had to quickly use that Bladed Tempest. If not, he was gonna get locked down into this wall. But look at it, Shogun. Instantly, he zones.
Bro, look at the damage.
Back into the Daytona's welcome to get eaten, allowing him on to get the free hits. Luckily, Kyle and Flap communicated. We can at least blow one of them up.
Yep. Now it's a Blade of
I mean, he's aura farming and he's doing well, so I don't mind. Look at Ogwin can't walk up thanks to Melissa's skill kit.
Get a bit more map control though.
Stolen. Nice. Nice. That's gonna take away.
That's crazy, guys. You guys make sure you like, by the way, since you're just joining. Like the stream, sub. Helps me quite a lot.
Recall rather than walk his butt back. But you know, considering everything and considering game number one, Vitality have shown that they are great on the defense, right? They pulled the lead back onto their side, and now they're just handing it back over to Falcons until the next Lord fight.
Yep, they have a lot of ways to deal with it, clear. Honestly, it's a Vexana, it's a Melissa, and you just really can walk up front knowing that they have muddles, knowing that they have a potential Eternal Guard dropping down on you at any moment. So they will somehow still be able to deal with the Lord, and this is still a very small lead that they're seeing. 12
Vote
minutes
for
into the
KRONOS
game,
Vices, exactly.
I feel like even Falcons at this
Me,
point
YSS,
would be
I'll wipe the
very
floor with everyone.
careful and would not really assume that they're in a
Oh yeah, if he gets a single buff again, he will be broken. That's the problem with heroes like that, right? If you get if a little bit of a buff, they become broken. But you know what I feel bad for in terms of hero? I feel bad for Argus, man. Like, I don't know, I feel like developers just don't know what to do with a hero. If he gets slight bit of buff, he becomes overkill. If he gets nerfed, like he's shit. You can't use him. You can use him like in ranked games and like lower tiers and stuff like that, but you can't play him in tournaments. I wish you could see Argus in tournaments. It would be fun, you know? Like imagine bro uses the ult and everyone just starts running away.
That would be crazy. To deal with him, but it's only been that one instance up top. Other than that,
oh no, Finn, what are you doing?
That's the ultimate
oh no.
from Haji.
Retry? Okay, Ling got it.
Kyle trying to fly over the other members, but Moreno, did you see
Does Kyle have I know he has Blade of the Heptasis, but it looks like he has what do you call that? Brute Force. Does he have Brute Force?
Yeah, does Niall have his
or is it Endless Battle? I don't think he has Endless Battle, right?
His ultimate, like, you know, his life
because there's so much HP. Niall looks like he has Endless Battle.
So good. At least we know that Haji, he's willing to throw his ult out. It's pretty short cooldown at this stage.
Yeah, Kyle looks like he has Brute Force.
This next Lord spawn, it's a make it or break it for either side. They're dead even in gold. Majority of the outer torrents have been
Bro, imagine killing inside the fountain in the tournament. That's crazy. Tamos is crazy.
I'm so not used to seeing this small of a lead already 30 minutes into this game. It's
nah, I've never seen Argus being picked up in tournaments. Yin, don't forget about him. The guy doesn't even belong. The issue is now his ult is so bad compared to before even they say it's a buff. I mean, yeah, it's indirectly a... Depends on how it works anyways, but I don't know, I just don't like that hero. It's a weird.
Vitality and FALCONS, they're junglers, right? They're not showing themselves on the side lanes. And Vitality...
Whatever happened to Balmond? People don't even want to try Balmond because it's so fast tempo.
Ogun walks up, Iman instantly throws out Muddles. Waits for the cooldown, rinse and repeat.
Watch out for Haji though. They gotta watch out for Haji. They gotta check where he is.
Oh, it missed.
They have no idea now. Wait, is Finn gonna double check it? He might.
Okay. They still don't know. Because I don't think it hit. I don't think the first still connected.
And it doesn't reveal the entire bushes until it connects onto somebody. You're absolutely right with that. But Niall finally gets the endless battle and his position. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Hey,
Finn is trying again.
Straight into something. Okay, now they spot Haji. Eman is gonna be fully aware that Haji will be positioned at that spot, but it is gonna be a quick reposition. Falcons are really trying to play around this glass cannon pick of potential.
Oh wait, Kyle is Kyle trying to one-shot Niall? Ah, he gets spotted.
Good stuff coming in from Niall, instantly revealing
crazy, bro.
Vitality should have a little bit more confidence.
Yeah, because of Malefic on her range is like that. And also of course the passive from Muddles and Cuddles.
Oh, it's Haji. It's Haji and Ogun walking up top to support.
No, I didn't even see it. What the hell happened? Yeah, I blinked and I missed it.
Might want to commit to this fight here in the Lord Pit though. It's a flicker from Flap, gets cancelled out real quick. The knocker from the Eternal Guard and the heavy spin from Ogwin.
No, cooked.
Flap is gonna be traded out. Ogwin looking like the next target, but Vitality have to play it safe. Kyle is within the area.
Ooh, nice movement coming on from Aman. Kyle was thinking for half a second, if he keeps running away, maybe I go for the chase. I saw the stun get thrown out. I saw the taunt get thrown out. And more importantly, wait a minute, the Wrath of the Dryads has come back off of cooldown, right? Finn has been holding it for the longest time. And even though they don't have their retribution for the next 7 seconds, they're trying to make sure that Falcons, hey, you're going to fight on our terms, on our turf.
Okay, they're starting this. Niall's going to be back.
Oh no, Ogwen.
Real quick.
Cooked. He's cooked. He's cooked. Super Marco, did he just use his... No, he didn't use that. Oh, Kyle, what are you doing? Retry gets it. Kyle's cooked.
He's shut down by Niall.
This game, the conceal. Finn, he might flicker for this, but now underneath their own inhibitor, that conceal is going to keep them safe. The trades have been beautiful from both sides. What a tight game this is, and really just showing the extent of Melissa. She can sustain underneath the Lord, no problem.
But I play other heroes, bro. Cool, come on.
She can not only kill the Lord, but also poke out Ogwin at the same time.
And deal with Kyle. It's crazy to think how Eman is able to do this on a Melissa.
1 man, 3 problems solved.
Now they're taking 1 base turret down bottom, and they still have the Lord marking the base. That's an immortality pickup for Finn. They're getting poked down. Oh, the Daytona's
no, Tempest Blades, Flap.
Now getting knocked up and taunted as well. He's
oh my god, the amount of crowd control is way too much. But oh, Niall still goes down.
just trying to deal with the base dirt for now, but they don't have any minions left. Another Eternal Guard and a wave coming in mid.
Yeah, but they have nothing to
Oh,
worry
they get
about.
it. Oh, Ogwen spins. Catches nobody. But look at the damage in the range. Oh, Finn flickers. Oh no, Eman is just free hitting. Nobody can catch him. The protection that he has is insane. Moreno with that deathly grasp is just catching everybody off guard. Bro, Hachi gonna get the solo. Oh, Jesus. Bro, are they going to defend this? Can they try and end? They have another wave coming in, by the way. They have another wave coming in, by the way. Eman's full SP again. Oh no, Kyle, he's just trying. But oh no, he's going for the one shot. Wind of nature. Oh my god. No, bro. They're cooked, right? Yeah, waves too much. Falcons lose this. 2-0. Falcons 2-0. Oh my god. Moreno, can he end? No, they're trying to force. Eman is still alive after all of that. Jeez. Bro, how is he still alive? Oh my god. That is crazy end. Bro, 8-2-0 Falcons.
2-0 for Team Vitality as they secure the knockout.
That's crazy.
Oh, what a beautiful game. Oh my goodness. I needed to see just one more.
Whoa.
Just one more.
To think I started that as nonchalant and then ended like this.
Problem has arisen. A polished Melissa coming up from Eman, solving 3 unique problems all at the same time. The tournament meta is starting to evolve and really coming into its own.
And it feels like each team has their very own version of it.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. I'm speechless because this early game, right? This Vexana pick really came in clutch to kind of work in the same way as the Eudora. You want to hurt.
Bro, Moreno is like
the big problem with Eudora is she's
become such a problem for them to deal with. And nobody could touch him on the entire time.
Moreno on this Vexana are hyper squishy and are very useless once their cooldowns are depleted.
Bro, he was screaming Bobo and shit in the start, but where's that now? It's honestly not even his fault. It's just Vitality just overwhelmed them. What the hell?
So that put Taji in a very vulnerable position already, and that's something they
This Kyle missed the cable. It could have been a crazy defense for them, but no, it didn't. And then Nile just comes in and cleans up Flap. And look at the bro, aura farming, man.
Every single time. Oh no, look at us again. We're just losing it. This series has been a 2-0, yes, but it did not feel like a 2-0.
It was not a close 2-0 at all. Every single moment. I think, unfortunately for the Falcons, right, you cannot just out-mechanic these boys anymore. They're going to have to rethink it. The tournament meta only develops as we continue on. Let's throw it over to our victors up on the stage with Rose for the interview.
That was crazy.
Oh my goodness, this match literally blew my mind away. Team Vitality winning 2.
I lost my voice.
Up against Team Falcons Philippines. And right now we are on stage with Shogun. How are you feeling after such a crazy game?
It feels great, but
bro, what is this app, bro? I open and I see this. What is going on? Why?
We could do better like that.
I agree, but that was already an amazing game, you know. It's your debut in the international stage. You have already qualified for the knockout stages. Shogun, I gotta ask you, how are you planning to spend your time? Perhaps maybe an off day, walking around Paris?
I think most likely we will practice more, but yeah, maybe we have a chill time also, but not as much as practicing. So the focus is more practicing than the others one.
I like that. You guys are very focused. Head is very in the game, prioritizing practice and scrims over, you know, experiencing Paris as a whole, which I'm pretty sure you guys can do afterwards, as after all, this is definitely your home ground. Now, let's talk a little bit about the game, because currently this new meta, this new patch is driving everybody insane. We are seeing so many incredible new picks coming out in the Land of Dawn. But for you, as an EXP laner yourself, how are you actually adapting to the meta in the EXP?
I think as an explainer, it's not much to adapt, but my teammates, I think my teammates adapt a lot from the meta, but I think we win on the good line right now. That's all.
And I think you guys are definitely on track.
Vitality
now,
on
you know
crack?
What, as you head onto the knockout stages after today's win up against
know,
the
right?
Falcons Philippines, how does this win actually boost you guys? Are you guys like morally even, I don't know, better? Are you guys more confident heading into the knockouts? Or are you guys still just chill and taking it one step at a time?
I think not boosting, but I think we treat all our enemies the same, like that. We treat they're the same, so confidence is all up there.
Oh, wow. Okay, I like that. I like that. Very humble. You know what, Shogun, I know a lot of the Indonesians are, I'm pretty sure, very, very happy to see you guys taking the second ticket to the knockout stages. Is there perhaps any message you want to tell them?
I think, yeah, just we wait and see. Wait and see.
Wait and see, and as you can see, Mirko is there screaming his voice out. Thank you very much.
Mirko's not screaming, he's screaming.
Stages. Once again, congratulations. That's it from us over at the stage. Showing it back to you guys at the studio to break down what happened in this series.
Rose, MPL Indonesia's champions. Team Vitality take the win, and they move on to the knockout stages, which guarantees at least $100,000. What a big moment for this team, and what an organization that is on the run in MLBB across both sides, women's and men's MLBB. Vitality taking the championship at MWI last week here in Paris, so a great start for that org. Welcome back. I'm Rayday. Joining me is Renmar and Trex as we continue. I'm getting a notification. I think that's my daughter FaceTiming me back in LA, just waking up. So that does mean we're getting close to the end of the day. But to wrap up the series, Renmar, I mean, what's the takeaway from you? What did you notice about why Vitality was able to be successful in a pretty contested game too?
Mechanically gifted and busted. Finn and Moreno, I was saying, busted. I was saying it during the restreams for the MPLID playoffs. Finn and Moreno are my favorite Roma duo right now. Coming out of Indonesia, they're just so good. Finn, the timings, it's like the teams from Indonesia.
Damn, Trex looks like
teams around the world have finally met a perfect marriage of the macro that has helped the Philippines dominate for such a long time and marry it with their own great mechanical abilities. And Vitality
Trex is on the lookout for, you know.
I completely agree right now, and I think there was some doubts before this.
Never mind, I don't want to say.
I'll
DM him that.
Showing all the naysayers that not only is their draft and mental gifted, but their micro, the mechanics, everything was just on point in those two games.
I liked seeing the draft kind of continue to develop. That last game, we got to see Barrett's opened up again. Yep. And we also got to see Eudora played against a Vexana. And to me, we were talking a little bit about it, Renmar, in the green room. Yep. I feel like it's a great answer to Eudora. I think it puts, as Gideon was saying, her behind in lane quite often. And when Eudora's behind, she's not the same, would you agree, impact as when she's ahead?
Yeah, there's just something about Eudora's pick, which is why I've been quite...
How's it going? Pretty hello, nice to see you. Trex looks extra hot today. Nah, bro, it feels like he's on the lookout for, you know, Mrs. Trex, bro. He's been grinding hard for it, feels like.
You can definitely say because of the lack of range. This is what we've been saying for 2 years now, the lack of range.
Hey, it's going well, Preeti. TR lost today. Apart of the game, it's been going good. I would say Vitality look like a team to beat right now.
Even some of these teams haven't completely adapted a full meta just yet. We're seeing answers happen mid-tournament. This isn't something that they were all completely prepared for. Yeah. And Vexana, back in the day, what was it, about a year or so ago, was meta, and she was so good against some of these heavy, bulky fighters, these people that want to get up close and personal with you. And that's why we're seeing her slowly come back against things like the Barats, against things like the Esmeraldas, against a Eudora who doesn't have long range. Some of these types of compositions that want to kind of walk up towards you, and we're seeing already counter picks happening once and once and once more.
In my experience of just watching and enjoying learning about the game, I saw, you know, differently the approach of when I saw the steal. I'm forgetting the character's name, but she steals ultimates. The
Valentina,
who is being the choice most often, and they were letting sometimes the Atlas go, knowing they have.
Oh, when they crushed the key, my heart,
was requiring a really
my reaction. I'm waiting for it to be uploaded. So yeah.
Ultimate, which, you know, is for a tankier character. Do you think Vexana might actually be a safer more reliable answer to provide some
Speaking
CC
of,
and then
I'll
just
post
not
my Hindi
gonna ban
casting
the
one
Atlas. You don't
reel
have to try to
right now
counter.
actually.
Yeah,
Go
I
and
think
let me
for
know.
the
Preeti,
Vexana,
comment on the reel
in
and let me know if it's
this
decent.
Specific makeup of the draft, it made a lot of sense. Again, because of the Eudora not having that range, the Barretts needs a lot of stops. You're trying to protect one piece of your lineup that needs to stay alive in the Melissa, making it even so much harder to kill her. Yes, the one kill that they got onto the Melissa was because they were able to find the combo through the Eudora, but that was just once. It was so rare. In the end, you saw how Falcons was struggling over and over again just to get Eman done. They couldn't.
I mean, honestly, you might be onto something, Rain, because the games that we're seeing those Vexanas get picked up, the Atlases have been getting banned out. So for future drafts, it could be preemptively telling us something. When those Atlases get banned out, maybe...
No wonder why VSG lost. Why did VSG lose?
I think it's so
What do you
cool
mean
to
why
see how this
VSG
meta is
lost?
developing and how good all of these players are. These players giving us insights into what they're thinking. These conversations, as you saw Shogun have with Team Vitality.
I put Hindi music, yeah. Only then this will go.
And that is going to make a world
Can't
of
believe it. Give me
difference
some
as they
Hindi
have a
song,
chance
guys.
to watch Group B. Let's take you to the schedule for the rest of the day because we have one more series coming up. Group B will be tomorrow. We'll do the exact same thing. So we'll send 2 teams home. We'll see them, and we'll send 2 teams to the knockout stage. We'll send 2 teams to continue playing. But Team Falcons meta in Group A and Ignite Gaming, that is of the latter consequence. One team will be going home. One team will be continuing on. And that is high stakes, about as high stakes as it gets. Trex, I mean, any words previewing that series for you?
I think it's going to be... I think a lot of people are thinking it might be one-sided. I believe it could be a pretty close series. I think it might go the distance. Falcons meta, yes, a great team. Ignite had a bad showing in their previous game, but I think they still have a little bit more in their pocket, honestly.
51-49, who you leaning?
51-49. You know what? Because I know which way he's going. I'm going to go Ignite.
Okay, and you're going Falcons.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier.
Well, I want to know what you guys think, the audience as well, because we have our tournament pick'ems. Get them in right now while you can. You have a chance to let us know whether you agree with Trex, maybe you agree with Renmar, maybe you're 50-50 like most of us here, waiting to see what happens. Let us know in your pick'ems. We'll show you the results before the game goes live, and then afterwards you can tell us in the chat if you were smarter than all of us. Coming up very soon, we're going to have that next series, and I cannot wait for you guys to be here with us. We'll catch you right after this short break.
Short break. Let's see. This gives me time and opportunity, I would say. Crazy that I'm casting and putting Hindi clips, bro. I need to show versatility, right?
Pre. Nice. Ayaw na buri ah. Ayaw mo. Arit na ulti, set. Ready touch.
Bole.
Kill him.
Is that Malaysia, bole? Feels like Malaysia, yep. But they got cooked, bro, by Pro Esports here.
Naman. Nice try. Nice try bang. Isang dahi guys. No tailing. Go guys, behind Lara. Nice one. Imaw. Half clean. Tingin sa akin pick. Wait, clean. Wait ba, wala kang skill ba? Cannot ko. Which one? Nice one. Time big one guys. Big. Nice one. Nice. Mo. Let's go. Minion. Let's go. Nice one. End first. End pa. Maharapan ko to ah.
Mabubuhay din ako.
Kaya, Deb.
Si Teddy lang.
Wait lang. Wala pure si Ted.
Bigyan na.
Kaya, alis ako.
Kinain.
Makulit pa ako ah.
May ulti ka sa Sanji ah.
May ulti ako. Ulti rin ako. Boy pa ako.
Mga low pre.
To, sa akin pre.
Gonyo.
Wala sila skill pre.
Sa akin pre. Gonyo.
Puro low. Nasunog ako. Ginagawa ko lang. Babalik. Charlie. Pakito.
Binata ko.
Hindi natin kaya pre. Ang damage.
Flash will touch jump.
I go consec.
Go zone. They can't do anything.
Go tower.
Kesin bunu ya.
Kesin bunu.
Yut. Just kill Belerik.
Veron Belerik.
I still flicker guys.
You good? Arlot.
Just kill Arlot.
Careful, link.
Bro, why are they saying ling 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 ling? Cross, why were TR playing so scared? I think they had the lack of confidence, guys. That's what I would say.
Langsung aja, nanti aja.
Coba guys,
gampang itu.
Coba. Gua 2-1 ya.
Try mo.
So yeah, I would say they were just. I think they weren't comfortable wherever they were. So that I would say that's one of the most important factors, I think, if we think about it, guys. I don't know why you get ad. You know what? I'm gonna put. They will should TR mic check. Hopefully, but I don't know if they lost, so I don't know about that. Guys, I'm inserting ads, by the way. Oh, 4. Ain't shit going on anyways.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
Support your nation with 16 games across 4 weeks in November, all in search for the ultimate prize. The Esports Nations Cup in November. Check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have games I am very beloved with there, and I can't wait to see what other performances we'll see across all our communities in gaming. Also, if you saw some of those comms, thank you to Saudi Radio Comms for helping to get some insights into what the players might have been saying throughout their games. We'll be sure to check in with more of that coming up later on in this week. All right, as we return back,
guys, let me know if you have any questions.
Trex, it's time to start filling in the gaps here. That means one last series. It's going to give us our final team that's moving forward to continue playing. It's going to also, as our final match of the day, also send one final team home.
Yeah, I think for these two, they got to play fast, man. Play fast, play rough, play hard, because it's potentially your last showing. You don't want to go out on a whimper. You want to go out in a bang, bang.
I'm glad you added that second one.
Thank you.
Yeah, it may honestly be time to not take things slow, get aggressive in the beginning, try to catch your opponent off guard. Don't leave it down to a late game possibility, to a let's just wing it possibility. Try to own it. And if you can control that early game, just convert it into an easy win.
This is going to be a difficult one for sure. Team Falcons PH is going to have a chance to play against the winner of this game. So it could be a Team Falcons matchup. Team Falcons Meta, Team Falcons PH. Organization wouldn't mind that. One moves through. Of course, I'm sure they'd rather both move through, but that's not going to be possible because if Falcons Meta aren't in that matchup, that means Ignite getting one, and they have been going home. So
did TR have a boot camp in Malaysia? No, they didn't. They played from Bangalore, not Bangalore, Karnataka, but like you can play in Southeast Asia because of ping. Ping is good when you play from Bangalore and Chennai in India. So yeah, it's not bad. This guy said that Vamos will not make it into playoffs. Copium, bro. Zekri.
We also saw some.
Did you look? You can of course come and say it later, bro. I think Vamos definitely showcased what they could do for Team Spirit. I don't know. It feels like teams haven't understood the meta completely. That's why. But yes,
Falcons Meta is a team that has also been around a very long time, but it just feels like sometimes they fall a little short.
Team Falcons Meta. That's the real conversation here. They made it through the wild card. This was the team that filled out the bracket. They're filling out our bracket again as the final match of the day. Where will they go? We don't know this time around. It was a grueling fight, but when you look at their roster, they've got guys who can do it. They've gotten the job done already. It's now a matter of can you get it done on maybe the biggest stage at MSC. We had a chance to sit down and talk with Falcons Meta and their roamer Troll a little bit earlier today.
Hey everyone, it's Eterna, and right now I'm here with Troll. Welcome, Troll.
Thank you.
Troll, we find ourselves in an elimination match, so the pressure is high, the stakes
So
are
nobody thought Vamos would beat him.
at
Exactly.
an all-time high as well.
It's okay, bro. Let them say what they gotta say. They come, they type, they go. You know how the community works. You know the hate that we
no
get.
pressure, you just play your game, and everyone feels the same way?
Yeah.
No one's nervous?
No one's.
I like that. I like that. Now, I got a chance to talk to Boyet, I think, earlier on, and he mentioned that, coming into MSC from the wildcards, you guys didn't have much time to prepare. Is that right?
Yeah, we didn't have much time to prepare for the batch, the new batch.
Okay, so how's it been going so far? Like, do you have enough time now?
Yeah, we've had enough practice, and I think we'll do better.
Okay, so you've done your homework and everything. What do you think that you could carry from yesterday's loss to your match today?
I think on yesterday's loss or the day before, we throw the first game. We throw the first game.
Who threw?
It was a team mistake.
Okay, it was a team mistake. And then you saw that, and then what happened after that?
We talked about it and we played some
Do you do any analysis? Actually, this meta suits them the best because of the constant team fight chaos. Yeah, bro, but that exact look. Alright, if you think I didn't, you're crazy, bro. Yes, they do. They like brawly composition, but also you have to understand that Team Spirit are not a team that would like to brawl. They like to play macro as well. It's just that they didn't. They got overwhelmed tempo. The tempo of the game is too fast right now for any team. Even Team Liquid, same thing happened. The tempo is too fast. Same thing happened with Team FALCONS. The tempo is too fast, and they're not able to slow down the game. That's why I'm saying they haven't figured out how to slow down the game. They haven't figured out how to make the meta work towards their favor. And I didn't think they would take so long to adjust for it. It's taking too much time for them, and now they're in a position where they have to win.
Your role in the game?
Yeah, maybe I can target the jungle a lot more. Not like the jungle tank meta where the jungle would just use just utility. We'll just get the turtle lord.
Okay, so what's your favorite go-to hero right now in this meta? And what do you think would be more popular?
Probably, I won't say.
Okay, you won't say. You won't say. But have we seen it before?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, is it a? It's not a healer. It's not a support.
No, it's not support.
It's not a support. I'll let the panel figure that one out. But lastly, I do want to ask if you have a message, perhaps to your fans back at home.
Keep supporting us, and it will help us win this game.
All right. Once again, thank you, and good luck for your next match. And we're throwing over back to you guys.
Like how they force spell because that's not you can't block.
There with Troll didn't give us any
in terms of spells and stuff,
however.
before the Lord Dance, I don't know what you're watching. They didn't really get out macroed as such because the tempo was so high. That's why they out macroed. In the start, the tempo was too much.
Really good at it.
If you don't know what tempo is, you don't watch the game.
So it is guessing. It is Cho.
No, I don't know.
So that's
I don't like the tradition breaking. I love it, bro. I love the tradition of breaking the key before the game's end. Like it absolutely insane. That is the definition of esports. So yeah.
Never said that.
How to make the game slow paced according to you?
Rinmar in trouble. Fake trouble, of course.
Like for example, let me take a team that tried to slow down the pace of the game so far. Right, not China.
Is it trying to get him to do Diablo
too high
things? Is it trying
tempo.
to get this roster to support him?
They didn't have the tools also because they're just so it's constantly divey, so it just didn't happen. How do I say? Which game went 3 games? Which series went 3 games? Was that SRG versus Pro Esports? Even that, like for a certain point in time, SRG tried to slow down, but they couldn't. The goal lead is too much. It's a very snowbally right now, the current meta.
In order to win this set.
Let's take Vitality versus True Rippers for example. That's one of the games where Vitality slowed down the pace of the game in game number 2. Like after they lost the lead early on. That's how I would say.
Gaming with Kevin, CS, as well as Roy. So if
let's watch this though.
They're safe. If not, they're gonna whack each other with the hammer. So we're gonna have 5 questions here. So the first one is
exactly this meta rewards that. Let's go. You're right. Let's go 5,000.
Croissant or a baguette? Which one would you guys like more? All right, so we got a few croissant connoisseurs for the next one. If you guys can choose to do one activity, would you rather guys go for a Seine River cruise or
the river
to
cruise
the top of the Eiffel Tower?
Yes, go top.
This is the cruise.
I don't know about you.
So now we'll see what happens when the alarm rings. This is something that everyone struggles with.
Yep.
And you know what? Who likes to wake up anyways, am I right? So now, this is going to be a pretty controversial one. We'll see how you guys feel about this. You go here if you feel like the GOAT is Messi you go there if you're all for Ronaldo. This is gonna be the final one. When you try have a nice French.
Yes, I like it. This is the best meta in MLB so far, 100%.
Or Jay. Hey Jay, you got a friend. So you guys were not completely on track. You guys will have the hammer where you guys can whack each other. It's okay. It's an inflatable hammer, so there's like. Just go for it.
He just smacked her.
All right. That's good. So that is Ignite Gaming. I kind of feel like whether they got it right or wrong, they would like to have that. So good luck for you guys at MSC, and we'll see you guys next time.
Now, what I would have loved is to come back with those hammers on the panel and all of us to get in that game. That was fun.
Yeah, can we get that?
I want it.
I wouldn't even need to play a game. I think I'm just straight up whacking all of y'all.
Turning in what an incredible international competition for MLBB. Let's check out the broadcast and just swinging some hammers, having a good time. We do that too here at EWC. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this one. It's been a phenomenal day. Our final set of the day, our final series, we've kind of previewed a little bit of Falcons Meta, now Ignite Gaming. Trex, I mentioned Diablo. Kelvin is a great talking point here. Who stands out for you?
I think Kelvin, honestly. I think the whole team, we're at a point where we know Diablo, right? Diablo's been around. He's been in multiple internationals. Now it's time for the rest of the team to show up, right? It's time for the rest of the team to show that they can also be names. They can also be mainstays. They can also show that they belong in that top 8. And the only way they're going to get closer to that is by winning today.
Yeah, Kelvin was a standout, and I think a lot of people, despite the tough loss that Ignite suffered against Team Spirit, a lot of people were pointing out that
TLPH
Kelvin
heavily plays on macro. I think that is the reason they're failing this MSC. Like, yes, exactly.
Name-making performance for Kelvin. Diablo, he's going to be there. Hopefully we just gets to draft heroes where he can actually be, you know, really felt in the map, if you guys know what I'm trying to get on here. But yeah, Kelvin for sure, for Ignite.
And Troll on his famous Joe, right?
Joe, which is, of
his
course,
favorite secret character.
Which is, again, just a theory.
No. It's real, guys. It's real, right? Let us know in the chat if it's actually happening. Imagine it is a Joe, because then that would be like the best call of all time.
Yeah. All right. That'll be looking good for myself, but then the Menon boys might come up to me and say, hey,
don't give our secrets away.
Why did you say that?
Yeah, don't give our secrets away. My friend Mar knows so much. I mean, I'm excited to see how the Melissa starts to have an impact. Was that just last set that we saw the impact? But I mean, it was 2 sets in a row now that we've seen Melissa be prioed, and sometimes like that pick that counters 3 picks.
I'm wondering how many teams are actually ready to use that. Amon, obviously exceptional on it.
Hope TLPH adapts to the meta even if they don't link Fanny. And that's why I think TLPH are the only team that will actually look to slow down the game as much as possible.
That's a good question.
I mean, yes, they would love to play fast tempo, but in terms of tempo, Indonesia is just ahead because that's how the region is. They keep brawling and brawling and brawling and brawling. So can't really find anything against that. You know what I mean?
Iframes and min-maxing that, item buying, and all those crazy things.
I think it's a lot about positioning for Melissa. Yes, there's some micro, but so much of it is more in the sense of where are you on the map? How good are you at kiting back and forth? It's a very different type of micro than, say, a Ling or a Harara, right?
Yeah.
And it really depends on the mastery of the composition with the team.
Yeah.
Like, how well does the team position around their Melissa? Vitality positioned around Eman and their Melissa really well in those 2 games.
I'm curious, you know, if this is going to be as even as we think it is in terms of the votes. I know we may not have the pick'ems up yet. I'm curious what you guys voted for yours as well.
I think it was up a minute ago.
What was it? 83%. Oh, 83% for Falcons meta. Wow, that is a lot. Okay, so a big Falcons fan base here. I mean, EWC Club Championship winners 2 years in a row, so there's no issue with that as well. Team Falcons Meta, they headline our final game of the day, and as we continue to move on in this series, we're sending 1 team home, and unfortunately for them, that will be the end of this tournament. However, 1 team fighting for their life.
Will you start for Yes, bro, they will.
Watch. Don't go anywhere. Let's send it to the stage and kick it off.
I'll try and push for a main slot, but I don't know about that.
In the previous match, boy, was it interesting as Team Vitality dropped.
I like these segments, you know, of the entire thing. More than the game, I like how the analysis and stuff is done because it keeps me engaged the entire time. And guys, if you're just joining, make sure you like, make sure you sub for those who are joining newly. Follow my Instagram, bro. I'm uploading reels like constantly right now.
To the knockout stage, right? And that's the upper bracket. That's the other question. It is not done yet for Team Falcons PH.
You are right, but this may be the last match of the day, but to one of the teams, this could potentially be their last match of the entire tournament.
They've heat, they've hawed, and maybe it'll be their last caca. Let's bring out our first competitors, Team Falcons MENA! It has been a long, dark, and lonesome road to qualify for MSC 2026. That first step was successful on wildcard, but the pressure is fully on at the moment. Will the journey be over before it even begins for our MENA boys? We're about to find out.
Oh yes, we are about to find out indeed. And of course, going up against them all the way from Singapore, it is Ignite Gaming! They are hungry for redemption. Starting off their journey incredibly shaky, they need to move out of their comfort zone to make it out alive. But the question is, do they have what it takes to reignite their fuels for this match?
One thing's for sure, they're going to need to light up the stage here against their opponents, the Team Falcons MENA. So please, gentlemen, I will give you the space here. Ignite, please, Team Falcons, you may place your keys. Gentlemen, take your seats. And of course, team captains, prepare for our handshake. Might be the last one. It will be for one of these two teams. The fist bumps are in. Our game is ready. Our final one for today. Elimination on the line.
All right, Ignite Gaming. Let's see how it goes.
Who will go back home? Team Falcons, Team Ignite Gaming. Let's get it going.
Survival is on the line. Team Falcons MENA going up against Ignite Gaming. Diablo, I asked Trex, he said, we know about him. We need to see something from Kelvin. We need to see someone else.
Engineer, the doctors, yeah, they're all from MENA, right? And same thing even from, I think, Ignite Gaming, because
will it be Jay?
They all studied, they're all students
We've
still.
seen so much impact from Bellerix, from Atlas. How deep will that pool go?
Yeah. But to add to the question on Jay is, Roy, will he be able to set up a step up against Coffin, who of course is one of the more iconic Valentinas that we've seen throughout the history of MLBB esports internationally, which we have discussed as one of the top picks to watch out for. Think about it from the perspective of Falcons, how tough it must have been to go from winning and going through wildcard and then suddenly the meta completely shifting right under your feet. That is a tough task.
Well, as these teams prepare, make sure to get your Happy Rhino Day interactive effect. MSC and EWC has so many fun collaborations here, and so this is new in shop. Make sure to grab that and spam it in your games. Happy Rhino Day, everybody.
Happy Rhino Day. Have you got any of those yet?
I think
I can't tell whether she's...
I pressed so much buttons and claiming stuff. I think I got the Lily already.
Fair enough, fair enough.
The really funny looking one.
I like the ghost Layla. I don't know if she's a ghost or if she's scared or exactly what it is, but...
Yeah, it's like that anime reaction of just like something bad happens. Like, oh.
Hopefully, well, one of these teams will be making that face by the end of the day, sadly.
Hey, Fanta sponsor.
Back to Diablo. You know, in that interview we saw the other day, the one with Eterna, you know, where she was blushing.
Yeah, through 6K lead. It's okay, bro.
That interview,
it's not like they threw. Like I said, it's the experience that just didn't count. They weren't prepared for what Guangzhou suddenly. The patience of Guangzhou just showed off.
Crazy coming out. And in all reality, the teams that have been getting a little crazy have been getting favored. Some of those off-the-top drafts, some of those thinking outside of the box picks have been working out. So this might be a time for Ignite to dig deep and look for something different.
Yeah, but at the same time, I know I was asking for it from Diablo. I keep bringing it up. We look for the more impactful
They were playing well, bro. They were playing well. Let's not. It was good. Whoa.
It would be best.
What was that?
You get an EXP laner that can just hold really well. Yes, the Paquito is still an option and it's great. The Freya, but that's not going to be let through.
How we burn Ran say.
As it could be first pickable for Falcons MENA.
it looks like it's more important to just have stability.
Yesterday
in the
also
EXP lane.
QNG played good against Sonic.
And then the other team would then be forced to try to go into the gold lane. But
Entity
because of
7 you mean?
rotations, the Roamer and Mid are there. And then
Who's
then
QNZ?
what happens in the jungle? Things like Hirara, but it gets taken away by Mena.
Yeah, the jungle's definitely going to be different here. In the moment I saw that Ling, I'm thinking, what if Falcon just bans out Assassins here and completely switches how things are going to go? Let's try to revert back to that meta we were comfortable with. And what's the way to do that? Take out Hirara, take out Ling, take out Fanny.
But then, so that would, in my eyes, shift them to, let's grab Atlas early. I think if that was the case, because if you ban it out and
Yo, why we lagging? Is the stream lagging? No, the stream's not lagging. Only the
try
this
to
was.
grab the Fanny and prio it, but then you leave a 2.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You're right. It looks like it is going to be an Atlas priority with the Valentina getting banned out.
So and I think can't steal.
Yeah.
Unless Ignite leaves the Fanny open?
If ever Ignite, I think Mena might be okay with Fanny going through. And then they're just going to pack a lot of heroes that will disrupt its jungle rotation, which is easier said than done.
Waiting on that final ban as well. You guys said that you need to find a way to distinguish yourself, maybe be a little bit unique. Throw out some of those picks you weren't expecting. This is your last chance. You're either going home or you're moving on to another elimination game after this. There is no time to waste. And it's interesting, the Atlas ban comes out.
So Ignite roll the dice. Here, it's okay, fine. You want to leave one assassin open, we will leave you the Fanny. Can you pull it off? Can you first pick Fanny? Because most of the time that is not always a great choice. A lot of the times Fannies are, you know, at least
Marcel is open. Jeez, we haven't seen it in a long time.
Marcel goes through. So
Why are people going for Barats? Don't think got buff. So Barats because it's a great frontline, right? It's a frontline option. If you think about it, Assassins right now just want to go dive into the back line, fast moving and all that stuff. They need someone in the front to like just stand there and be like a sandbag for the entire team. Uranus, Phoveus, Barats. Those are the 3 that are prioritized. And you can tell if they go for a damage EXP like the Paquito, then they're going to pick a roamer that can absorb a lot of like the Belleric. That's the difference. So if they don't get a Belleric,
exactly as you mentioned,
if they get something like a Minotaur, then Barats comes out.
This is a little bit more how we were seeing the draft back in wildcards just a week ago.
We haven't
or like if they don't get control in the mid lane like the juice shit, that's when the Barats comes out here more. They want beefier boys.
We saw a little bit maybe in wildcard, but not quite.
It might have been played once.
Yeah, at least once.
But has made it through the ban phase at least once.
Yeah, but I think only one. I mean, it's not been prevalent. I mean, what's the strategy too? Because I was going to ask with Fanny, and now you see the Gourd coming out on that side of the
exactly, and SCC immunity.
Do you play your hands, your card too early? Do you give them 5 picks, 4 picks to build against what you're clearly going for, prioritizing?
I don't know. Marcel's just monstrous, and honestly, Mena's doing a great job at not showing their cards at all. This Akai could be roam, it could be jungle.
Yep, that's another reason as well. See, you guys know about it. Chat, help them out.
In the roam, yeah.
So yeah, then maybe they are showing their cards a little bit.
They are honest with it, but I think they would like to be honest. Again, your prescribed approach for Mena was to just straight up bring it back old school, take away those assassins, and I mean,
what about Tesla? He's good against Ling and Hirara. Yeah, I think Terizla is good against Ling and Hirara, but the fact that he wants to dive and not just absorb a lot of damage, but the moment he dives, everyone is left behind. So it depends. I think Terizla will slowly start coming up. That's another pick that teams can look at.
Most likely going to EXP for Diablo. You get the YSS. They're looking like a lineup that could go fighter. Do you want to do that against?
But I think they just want like someone at CC just standing there in the front line. I've been talking about Terizla for a while because I like Terizla how he can counter the Ling especially. Like when you use Tempest Blades, go for the big penalties. No, that's a possibility.
It might be a little bit of a.
I mean, yeah, they can't escape Barats because he has a suppression, right, with his ultimate.
That double fighters might be too disruptive, but let's see. Belleric in the room.
I know it's not like straight answers from me because there's no straight answer in this current meta. You know, it's a mixed bag of things.
Each team gets 5, and it'll set us up for our final 2 picks. A 1-2-1.
The more I think about it, they might just double down on the double fighters. Sustain the sides, keep it strong. Or if ever they send the Paquito into the gold, keep that as an open option. But then the Akai means you lose a lot of damage for that. It might be best to just put it in EXP. But the Esmeralda is still open. It makes sense that Ignite would want to pick it up because if ever you get the Esmeralda for Falcons Mena, then the Paquito EXP is pretty much scuffed.
I don't know, Mena is still kind of lacking in burst damage, lacking in damage overall. You have the gourd, yes, but without a sufficient combo to really make that magic gush hit, there's not a whole lot you can do with it. So Mena definitely needs to round out, and I don't think they want to go for a shredder, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Claude is exactly what you want to pick up.
They might double down on what we saw from Onyx during their very first game. Just get a Granger with a Sky Piercer. Yeah.
Well, looking for that gold, you would assume, right?
Yeah.
Side of.
We're thinking maybe
Bro,
the Granger for the burst damage.
why is
something to
EWC
give them
playing
a
with us
bit
like
more
that?
Of a big hitter. They already have the shred with the gourd. They need something that's gonna, you know, pack a punch against this YSS, against this Jushin, something that can have some range.
What if they do? They should just pick up the Esmeralda here, right? Esmeralda then Gort around there. Ah, okay, they go Uranus. Oh,
and the Clint.
Oh, yes.
So the burst.
Yeah.
See, this is what I mean. So now they have to play like what, a tankier
And
I think this is gold lane Paquito.
with the Gord, the Marcel, the Akai, and the Uranus up in the front. The Gord with it in case someone gets to penetrate their formation. So this is a great balanced lineup for Falcons Mena.
Yeah, so you like it.
Yeah, I like it. But Ignite, I do like the Minotaur too. The range of Mena with them wanting to get close and create space. The Minotaur with a Flicker and a Minoan Fury might just break the formation of Falcons Mena, meaning that's enough space for the Yisun Shin to wreak havoc. Ignite now pack the Barrets in.
So we go for the fighter off, we go for the funnel strat into the YSS. Definitely some danger here against a golden hour, against the heavy spin, against the magic gush. This is a composition that wants to group up on the side of Ignite, but still it can look overwhelming. One big play and this type of composition can dominate.
Oh, Barrett. See, there you go. Barrett's again.
I like this Barrett's.
This is
just for the sole purpose that it
Barrett's EXP again. Golden Paquito. Like I said, guys. Golden pack.
So that the Tetanus Welcome won't affect them.
You need a frontline body. You understood? Like it's good. They pick it up exactly what I said. They pick up the Barretts because they are playing a Minotaur. They need that frontline presence. The roamer is not a primary is not a primary sandbag.
Ignite Gaming versus Team Falcons Mena.
But back to that meta where like EXP is just a sandbag.
Thank you so much to the panel. We sent one team home earlier today for our first match of day number 3 here at MSC. Now we will have to send a second team home. Welcome to the Land of Dawn. I love it. Panel likes it. I love it. I love the drafts from both these teams. I like that they're going back to just comfort, right? Not necessarily the most meta picks, but it's what they've won with, especially in their own domestic leagues.
Yeah, we don't even know how do we define the meta, honestly, at this point. So the fact that we're just seeing some of the more common picks nowadays, or at least in the past 2 days, such as the Barretts, and it's going to be in the hands of Diablo too. So that's also something I really like from IG, because finally they're playing something that's much more similar to the playstyle that we know of them.
Quick emblem check right here. Pull yourself together, ready for Cuffin. Weapon mastery for Sano as we see CS go for the lethal ignition and Festival of Blood, double tenacity and a whole lot of agility. And I think in this meta, even though you might not want to play these meta picks, you still need to rely a lot on that agility. Now let's talk a little bit more about Falcons Mena and IG, right? Wildcard winners, Falcons Mena. They usually do very well in the group stages of internationals. Unfortunately, this time around, sent down straight into the lower brackets. Now IG, Singapore, they've been on a tough road. The last few internationals just bombing out of events, completely eliminated on first day, second days. And now it's time to prove that they still have it within them to contend for the knockout stage.
It is the first Marcel, yep.
Right?
Because everyone bans out Marcel. Marcel is too strong right now.
0-2 sweep, a loss in their first showing.
Again, Marcel is a hero that can play high tempo and has so much crowd control.
Falcons Mena, it seems like they're still playing a very similar game to what we saw from them in the wild card. That's why it was also pointed out in the panel earlier that it feels like they're just drafting as if we were in the wild card, but I can't blame them. This is something that's very comfortable to them, whereas IG, I think they're the ones who switched things up a bit. So now we see the Barretts and the Minotaur in their hands, and they're setting up for this first objective of the game.
Even Diablo on an enabler instead of a carry. Kelvin's waiting in that bush. It's an all-out fight for Turtle 1.
And that Diablo is very, very low, but he still finds that it's Boyet secures this objective for Team Falcons Mena.
No, nice.
Already laid down as well, but it's CS trying to find Coven in the backline. The knock up from Boyet and heavy spin.
CS
That's
gets
gonna be
cooked.
Blood over to Falcons
They
Mena,
trade
but the trade
EXP for EXP, or rather gold for EXP.
They keep on going here. It will be the end of the skirmish, but take a look at what FALCONS MENA were able to do. Again, controlling the neutral objective with the Akai. That's number one. But IG really just falling out to that tempo, and they don't even get the prio up top. Instead of trying to play out around this winning lane, they let it go, and Sano just got so much value out of it.
I feel like they really wanted to go in first, though. You could see how Jay just wanted
Well, guys,
to
follow my
position
Instagram because I've
himself,
uploaded a bunch of reels. Comment it
just got it
on
now,
it.
and they're not really going to commit to a fight just yet, but oh yeah, they had no idea this was happening, but Kelvin still actually takes his purple buff. So I think it was
Oh no, Detna's welcome. Heavy spin. Boom, there we go. Boyet's cooked, right?
Though that's 4 members of IG on him all alone.
And that's where you can see a little bit of
They didn't have time to adapt at all.
Wait a second, Mystic Gush on Roy and a flicker as well. All right,
that's a lot.
Just a Crimson Beacon, but tendencies, habits, Brigida. FALCONS MENA, if that was in the wild card, he would have already gotten the purple buff. Unfortunately for him, the Akai got his passive completely botched in the new patch, and that's why it was still so slow for him to actually take it away. Kelvin was able to rotate, taking it in time, and we get to see the replay of it again. The retry was also just miles too early. You see a little bit of cringe. Back room is like, oh god, why was it so early? A bit of panic from Boyet, perhaps.
Yeah, this could have been a bigger lead if only they were able to take away that purple buff as well. But now we're back to a very small lead in their hands. Kelvin shows up here. Sano has no idea that even Jay is within or around the area. Troll comes up to them first, and they are going to play it safe. There's an objective upcoming down bot, and they will both make their way to this objective. All spells are actually going to be available apart from these flickers for Cuffin. So I think positioning-wise, it's going to be very crucial at this point now that it's actually FALCONS MENA taking control of the riverside. Crimson Beacon forced out of Roy.
Nice use of the golden hour.
But it's CS bursted down and forced to flicker out.
Looks like it's going to be free here unless Diablo...
I don't know, this feels like it's going to be a quick... This is not quick, it's going to be a long one rather.
Daytona's welcome under the turret.
Good, do you feel his performance by TR will affect the chance slot for the mate?
And they
I have info, but I'm not allowed to say it. M8, I told you guys yesterday, M8 slot is already confirmed. It's just that now will it be wildcard or main stage, or will it be one wildcard, one main stage, or will it be 2 wildcard? Most likely one, but also comes down to, whoa. Well, comes down to how well the esports ecosystem grows right now, which has not been there. So yeah,
he wasn't able to survive that. Look,
I mean it's been there, but like there's some changes internally from what I can tell.
MENA. So this is space for Sano. They're possibly taking this turret up top. Mystic injection
Oh no. Yo, FALCONS MENA is so clean when they are. This is what I mean by slow the pace of the game now. You guys see what I'm talking about? Somebody asked me before, right?
It seems like there's
like, look how IG are trying to play fast, but they can't because the assassins are banned. The gold lane Paquito is not working because FALCONS MENA have just controlled completely, and the tempo is being controlled by Troll, who is playing this Marcel, and Boyet is just around and they can't do anything about it.
Or they're just all alone.
This is what PH wanted to play. This is what FALCONS wanted to play. This is what Liquid wanted to play, but it's just not there. And YSS is just not getting the space. YSS needs time, but against the Uranus, too much to deal with.
By himself.
No, definitely not. Not against Troll in a 1v1. I thought Troll was going to pop the golden hour, try to go for that Sokolil. But no, Kelvin's able to keep himself safe under tier 2. We got to take a look at the emblems, or sorry, not the emblems, the battle spells, and all of it is just down because again, FALCONS MENA have just been reacting to IG's plays, but they've been forcing out these battle spells, these resources, and IG, every single skirmish, it almost seems like they use their battle spells before the fight even starts, so it already puts them at a massive disadvantage.
Yeah, they gotta get back in this game. They got to sort this out. This is an elimination match you're talking about, but IG just don't seem to be playing the game that they want. FALCONS MENA in control of this objective, and all they're gonna settle for is a wave up top. Not even a guaranteed turret just yet, because even Sanjay is going to deal with it by himself. So we're seeing action down bottom though. FALCONS MENA, does IG respond to this?
Nope. I mean, what can they do to respond to it, right? Their clear is horrible. If you look at their composition, it's a double fighter composition. It's a juice it. Oh, they go in.
Oh, Jay gets cooked.
Now it's CS going into the back lines. Crimson Beacon
a nice golden hour.
In the golden hour. There goes
Troll.
for Boyet. He's brought under the
Boy, it's
turret,
cooked.
and
Oh! He still survived. Everyone does.
IG, they weren't able to take anything out of
Nah,
that.
the IG are just getting outplayed here.
Down despite everything kind of falling.
What even early domination doesn't matter in this tournament here. I mean, yeah, you have to make a comeback, of course. You have to scale and get the mid-game power spikes. That's what high tempo across the map.
They just can't. They have no damage. And again,
And
those
Assassins
battles
are just
all
dominating.
taken out. Sano was able to just free hit in the back. We get to see the replay again, and it starts with Jay taken out of the skirmish way too early. It really just seems like there's just a lot of indecisive moments here where they hesitate, right? Because even for Jay, if you know you're going to die and your team's call is still to fight, you might as well pop into Minions Fury. You die, but you get a few members knocked up.
Yeah, but also the Golden R just interrupted so much of what IG wanted to do, I feel. Because even Diablo on the Daytona's welcome was kind of caught in the Golden R as well, so I feel like they were delayed to a certain extent in terms of how quick they wanted to respond to Falcons Mena and that sudden burst through the Mystic Gush. And I think that's another layer to the problem, right? Falcons Mena have reliable burst if they just really want to focus on one member, and it's always been Jay. Whereas IG, I doubt that they have the damage, as you mentioned, to actually respond to Falcons Mena at this point. So it's always just been slow and staggered team fights for IG where they don't really get to trade anything every single time.
And the slower it gets even worse for IG.
Oh no.
Oh, now they want to find a target.
And see, you can hear the casters also saying it, right? The slower it gets, the worse it gets for IG. But Kelvin, that's why they increase the tempo. They have to dive right now, but against the God, it's tough, man.
It's just gonna be a 1-for-1 trade. It's a gold for
And they don't have any diving heroes. Instead of the Minotaur, they went for the Cho. Maybe, yeah, I would have think about it.
But a concealed play from Falcons Mena.
You definitely see just a bit of a glimpse of that brilliance of that composition. Roy gets bursted down by Cuffin. Straight up against the Panda, face checks the bush, doesn't let Barats do it. And now Kelvin's pinned.
Okay, it's Troll and Boy. It's surrounded by Diablo and Kelvin, but Kelvin, does he want to be in the spot? I don't think he should have been there. Trace this out, but you can't run away from Sanji and Cuffin. It's Diablo left here instead, and IG, I feel like they want to do something, right? They've been trying to do something. It's always CS trying to go for these backline plays, but it doesn't work.
Oh man, that was literally the window that opened but instantly closed again. But it was shut by themselves. Falcons Mena now capitalizing on the mistakes of IG, picking up the neutral objective, not giving any space for IG to even trade on the map. Sanji goes straight into the
I think Valero Xavier could be useful to control tempo, but yes, you give rotation of mage. Look at how fast the mage is rotating here, by the way. This only using only a wild.
Everybody's gonna open Troll with the conceal.
Oh, Troll going in.
They have an MPL, so you can't say that.
On CS. This is crazy. Was that a Sky Piercer even? I'm not entirely sure anymore.
It was.
So Cuffin at this point is a very terrifying player on the side of Team Falcons Mena. They also still have a Lord Marching and Kelvin.
Oh no.
All he can do is just attempt to go for a cut, but he is being dealt with by Sanji.
I don't know how Sanji became an XP laner from a mid laner, but Sanji's doing it in a 1v1 against Kelvin. Who wins it?
Oh, Mountain Shocker already used. He's pretty low on HP now.
Oh my
He'll
god.
settle with the orange buff, but there's Troll already spawning it out. I think we all know how this is gonna end. The Traceless, he didn't get out of that wall too.
Oh, Kelvin's trying. He can outplay, but he can't too much range from Sano. Jeez.
For him to survive.
It was a valiant attempt. Yes,
I agree. They haven't been bad for a while now.
It's all about delaying, right? It's all about buying time for space on the map. CS gets some space, but unfortunately he's on a Paquito that doesn't really scale too well.
See how slow this game is going. Like, it's not so fast. You know what's going to happen. This is what I mean by tempo being slowed down. And CS is cooked, bro.
He gets caught under the golden art, gets to take down the turret.
They want to give the kill to Sano. Nice.
And Sano's now on a killing spree. This is a Paquito who I feel like is just really having to sacrifice himself every time he wants to go for something. It's 0-4 on a lethal ignition and a damage build too.
And the 12-minute hits the clock. That says, or that means, goodbye to the Holy Shields. Falcons Mena are just going to look to go for the siege without the Lord.
Boom! Nice 4-man stun, but look at that.
Responds with a Mystic Gush. Diablo couldn't catch anyone with that Daytona's welcome.
I mean, for a composition like this, Diablo should just go Benedetta, man.
Had to lose Diablo in the process too and his flicker, so Falcons Mena still win it out there.
Oh god, it gets from bad to worse. Falcons Meta again just sieging it down, but there's literally nothing IG can do. Diablo tried his best. Now Sanji on Uranus. Oh my god, it's Troll getting frozen moments as well. Look at that poke on Roy with just a projectile. It's so difficult if you're IG, because you look at this composition and you have to bring up the point that I made earlier.
Yeah.
No clear. They have horrible clear. If waves are gonna come in with the Lord, who's gonna try to actually get through the minions?
That's why it seems like they have to sacrifice at least one member from their side if they just want to guarantee that Falcons Mena will not have an easy time going for the siege. It's either CS, it's either Kelvin, and I'm not sure who you really want to put out there at this point, because you'd really want all your resources to be there when you go for the defense, because again, it's not enough. Now Falcons Mena with a 5k goal lead just freely secured this Lord, and CS isn't even able to push that wave up top as much. You
Minnows,
can't really put yourself
it's
in
a good tank, bro, but like not here.
Where Falcons Mena are just moments
Not for Ignite gaming, because like Minnows good to prevent the dive, but who's diving from Falcons? Nobody wants to dive from Falcons.
It went really bad. He had to dive for the 4th time in the game. He doesn't want to, you know, increase those deaths, not to 5. Although there might be a case to be made that, you know, he needs 7 to get a power spike. Who knows? Maybe the BBB special. And not on a Paquito. Maybe on that Minotaur. Diablo!
Troll getting the stun. It's Diablo. They're bursting down right now. Not even with its own is welcome. Will they find anything? IG just lose one of their frontliners.
Did Mirko just try to do the sound? Are you serious? Come on. Trying to steal Leo's.
There goes that from Boyet. The knockup
I see you.
Fury and the Golden R onto Roy once again with the burst.
Oh, Wind of Nature from Sano. Beauty.
CS trying to push them back, but it's not gonna work as Team Falcons Meta.
Slow-paced game, guys. This is what Filipinos want to play right now, but they're not able to.
Away from stepping forward in towards that next round and also eliminating IG from MSC.
And look at Coach Pawiban. He's already started to, you know, look in.
True to their identity on the utility jungle, Boyet shows that he can still make it work.
I think teams like Liquid and Falcons probably look at this and be like, we can play utility, and they start playing utility.
If they can adapt to this style, because right now it's looking bleak.
Boyet had his entire
Yo, what's up, Tia? Nice to see you here again.
To make it work.
BTR are looking, so they're not BTR, they're Vitality.
Were the amount of practice that they had, as minimal as it were, enough to actually get them through the group stage, the main stage? And now against IG, they're showing us that yes, and they're staying the exact same as we've seen them from Wildcard, with just a bit of changes here and there, but overall it's still the Team Falcons meta that you know and are familiar with. Again, maybe, yes, a few of adjustments from IG, but now they should have learned and they should have understood that it doesn't work. It did not work out for them this time. It was too spread out. You couldn't really see them united in terms of what they wanted to accomplish here, if it's team fight or just splitting up.
It's a rainy day with the 2 dinosaurs, Raptor and Trex on the panel. What you got for us?
I almost thought you were saying it's a rainy day, and I think you were saying rain day. However, it was a rainy day if you were on the side against Team
Trex realized he just called him out.
First game. I love the way that Falcons approached
because he got called out by Rain Day.
The lead in this one, they certainly did after game 1.
Yeah, again, they just went back to comfort. They forced their opponents to play a metagun, and I feel like that also made Ignite Gaming very uncomfortable in the draft.
Definitely made them uncomfortable, and they may have just cracked a possible code as we move forward into this, right? We were saying it, just ban out the Ling, ban out the Harara. If you really want to be crazy, ban out the Fanny, and now there's no assassins to worry about.
Yeah, you force teams to go back into assassins. That's
what I'm saying. I think teams are going to go down that route. Who are playing today?
But then picks like the Akai.
We're covering the last 2 games. This is the last game, by the way. It could be the possible last game, also not just the series, but yeah. Right now it's Falcons Mena versus what's this?
Teams right now still like
Ignite Gaming.
Still like comfortable here, looking at what Falcons Mena has done with this.
See, I told you that's what they're looking. They're looking at what Falcons Mena are doing, and they'll probably try to replicate this. That's the thing. Slow the pace of the game down. They will get the wins, and that's where Vitality are going to struggle.
That if you were to put somebody at a high, well, let's not even say that. Let's just say one of our top organizations who have already made it into the knockout stage. If they were to play against that, do you think it would have the same impact? Or is this something that, you know, we're seeing Falcons meta abusing this certain matchup right now against Ignite Gaming?
Yeah, I think they're definitely, it's not just a cheese pick, it's a cheese draft approach that they use coming into this matchup. Right. The fact that they banned out the Ling, the Hirara, the Valentina, which forced out the Atlas ban, but I feel like if that's one thing that Ignite Gaming could have changed up, now that you know the type of opponents you're gonna go, you're going up against with, you take out the Eudora ban, you keep your Freya ban, you change the Atlas ban to a Marcel ban. Again, that's considering they stick the same sides here, and I feel like if Ignite want to keep things a little bit more familiar, stick on the same side. You already know what Falcons men are trying to do.
Yeah, Melissa also being banned as well has been a kind of final answer for some teams that are going up against lineups that feel melee heavy, but also I think just Trex, is it maybe being on the back foot early and now you're kind of, I don't know, in water treading, trying to just survive?
No, I think another big issue with Ignite there was, you know, what Falcon did in the ban phase was okay. You can deal with that, but it felt like Ignite picked a composition that they wanted to play against an assassin, that maybe they wanted to play against something like that, but instead they picked it against a Kai.
You don't react to it. I did, bro. I did. I was casting. I was casting illegal YT. I was casting or illegal GIV. I was casting and I recorded some clips. Check out my Instagram. Check out YouTube Shorts. I just put some up. I'm literally like, as we speak, I'm just like uploading it as we go.
With you, and Falcons Meta Draft loves that. You have something that's going to literally run up and freeze you all with the Marcel. You have something that if you're not going to get frozen, you're all going to get pushed away by a heavy spin, and then you have a Clint that's going to capitalize on all of that chaos, that's just going to stand there and take advantage of it all. So IG, I said it at the end of the draft, these picks weren't going to play that great against it. Maybe it could work, but they were definitely at a disadvantage the moment that game started.
Yeah, it was really tough there for Ignite, despite the few slip-ups here and there for Falcons Meta. At the end of the day, their lineup is just so much more solid in the big picture of it all that it would be rare for Ignite Gaming to get wins wherein they would be victorious, that they would be the ones able to build through a team fight win, leading into map control. Nah, it was just all pretty much Falcons Meta's game to lose. And again, it was just a masterstroke what they did. Ignite, they weren't ready for it.
Well, this series has got the potential to go 3. Most of our series have ended 2-0, however. And one of the things is that we've seen early on this meta shifting, people throwing those early punches. We even had it to start the day. Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. This is a plan clearly gone awry for Ignite Gaming, but maybe it's also a little bit of a haymaker from Team Falcons meta earlier on. To count this team out is
I didn't stream because I was casting, bro. I was literally just casting in Hindi. So yeah, I couldn't stream it. I'm casting the regional stream, right? So I'm doing the first 2 games and then I come and watch probably the last 2 games whenever I get time. But I'm not gonna watch it tomorrow or day after, most likely.
Even though they're not in the best position,
like 99.99%.
Playing elimination games.
Yeah, I think we can base it off of how Troll was reacting in his interview earlier. He was so nonchalant with everything. Eternal was trying to get some emotion out of him, like, oh, are you guys nervous? Like, were you expecting this? No, all that. He was like, no problem.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Me. It's okay.
I wish I could have that level of mental strength that Troll has, where it's just like, it's all right, no problem.
You might have to be named Troll at that point. His name is kind of a shield out there.
Then.
Oh yeah,
we need crazy Renmar.
What do you think? Was that crazy Renmar right there? Was that what I just saw a glimpse of?
He's
Renmar.
Just Renmar.
Okay. No need to add the crazy. That's just me.
That's not Renmar, that's a
That's
reptile.
a bit of a tame crazy, man. I don't know. Maybe you're not as crazy as you think.
Rain Day.
Okay. Wait till TL or Falcons if they make it to the grand final. You'll see a drum in his hand. And
Listen, I've seen Brigitte go a little crazy on the stage as well. I'm not going to say what was going on, but there was some hype moments when some of those upsets were happening yesterday. Guys, I mean, this is a series of upsets, and this is now a series where we could see a continuation of teams proving themselves against the odds. That would be, however, Ignite Gaming's turn to fight back. They just took a big one against.
You there in Paris or India? No, I'm not. I'm in Manchester.
Surprising draft, maybe. Maybe
I was supposed to go to Paris, but I didn't.
I
have tickets, bro. I have like 18 tickets for the entire MSC thing. I got it from Undan, but I gave it to my friend.
Roy having a big impact. What's the answer now going into the draft for Game 2?
Well, they have the choice, right? Of what side that they're gonna go. I think I'm gonna double down on just stay red, because you know what's coming to you from the blue side of Falcons.
I mean, yes, if you want to play against that same exact strategy again. But if they pick blue, it forces Falcons meta to maybe change up a little bit. I mean, they could still.
I like how they put the 2 stars because they want 2 EWCs.
Third ban is all going to depend on what Ignite wants to give them. What do you want to trade here? Because I do feel like the red side, that's what we've been seeing a lot, at least. Depending on what blue side picks or bans out for those first 3, the red side then, as that final ban, normally has a couple options of, do I leave 3 things open? Do I leave 2 things open? Do we go for the full trade? You know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, the idea is, are you setting yourself up to be able to get more of what's left over or less? Or is it strong enough to get just one thing that ends up twisting the other team's intention and now have to deal with what you've grabbed? Yeah. We've seen that be, you know, again, we've seen strong first picks throughout the day. You guys watching at home, you've seen sometimes when the Fanny has had the impact, when the Atlas has had the impact. We've seen Melissa have the last pick impact sometimes as well. Baratz has been making it through the draft a lot more also. Uranus has been a pretty solid pick that teams are now allowing through more often, and he's coming in that 3rd, 4th slot for a lot of these teams to round things out. I mean, what is left? What is left right now to maybe throw a spanner in the works? Is it joining in on that assassin ban early so that they're either forced to ban something else?
This host is very calm. It's nice. It's soothing. I think it makes it comfortable for whoever's with him.
Like you were also pointing it out, the fact that once they saw the Marcel, it's like they went into the game knowing that.
But you know, if you're not focusing, then I'll probably fall asleep though.
Never let go from it.
Any reviews on TR? Can TR or other alts from India really improve the next year? Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
No matter what Falcon pick.
Confidence, bro. I think confidence is important. That's what they're lacking.
The Fanny, the Atlas, and you could see that started to get into the hero pool with the Ling and the Harara ban. That changed things up in game 1. That opened up a Marcel, which we have not seen very often. It's either maybe once or now twice in this tournament so far. Will Falcons meta be on the front foot again? Will we see Ignite Gaming pull something off here?
In total, including the numbers from the wildcards, Marcel has only popped up 7 times, which is crazy considering.
All the way to wildcards?
Yeah. This includes our numbers from the wildcards too. So now, I don't know if that made it the 8th time he was picked with the previous game, but still less than 10. I think that's something that the 2 coaching staffs can definitely latch onto.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you want to push through. I'm ready to see the big question of if Ignite
dangerous
took blue side here. It is
grass.
going to be dangerous grass as the map, something that some of that assassins will thrive on, something that a Harara will do great on.
I wonder if they do go get that side switch, like Ignite Gaming follows your suggestion and just goes blue. If Falcons Meta still does the same thing red side and just go Ling Harara ban, it's
Listen,
like, ooh.
If I'm Ignite on blue side and I ban something and
Do you think there was some communication problem? No, it wasn't.
Fine, let's do this.
Dude, look at that.
Let's not dig into it, guys.
Ling comes in. Let's do this. You want to ban assassins? We're going to ban utilities.
All right, I like it. Okay, they're getting scrappy just at the draft already. It's like, okay, we saw what you could do. We're going to just take it away from you. No more like dancing around it. We'll be honest with it.
Target bans from both sides. This time the Freya will also make the ban list. But I like how Falcons doesn't ban the Harara second. They're still letting Ignite guess. Like, will we leave it open? Will we ban it? Maybe we can bait you into banning it. Theodora does get banned, so now
Hirara's got to go here, right?
The thing is with the Akaigon, sorry for keep going.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now Fanny is a bit more viable.
Yes.
Which means Falcons meta may have hit a little hiccup here, right? Because I think they left the Fanny open knowing we can pick a Kai, we can deal with it if we need to.
Yeah.
Great point.
I wonder if they will still let it through. If they let it through, then I wouldn't think that Ignite Gaming would want to rush it. You wouldn't expect Boyet and Falcons Mena to want to pick up that Fanny, so you can save that option for a little bit later. Them banning out the Eudora means they left the Atlas and Beleric trade open though, yeah? With the Atlas getting prioritized for Ignite, they can protect their jungler a little bit more because this time it's going to be the Atlas that's going to be hovering around the river and
why the Beleric Hirara is open?
Which is why it's perplexing to me that they...
Since assassins are appearing, can Kufra make an appearance? Yes, it can, but again, Kufra is too slow.
The Atlas, they will be getting the
Although I would say a Kufra can, but
now they're throwing
risky.
a little signal of like, fine, you can have the Alice, but then we take your assassin pick. We take your Harara.
I think in ranked games, Kufra can be an absolute menace now, by the way.
They're going to go for the Harara instead and say, fine, you can have the Atlas.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to be okay with this. It is the Atlas, and I think just straight up be safe with it. Just pick up the Valentina for Asano. It's a pick that he's
good
really
measure.
good at. Excuse me, not Sano. Oh, yes, I know. Cuff in. There we go, cuff in.
Let him cuff the Valentina real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, would obviously take away what a lot of people are doing against the Atlas, which is Valentina's ability to steal abilities, normally taking the ultimate of Atlas and trying to use it in to counter engage or to initiate, depending on how spicy you're feeling. So that's an answer. I feel like
in rank, Kufra is very fearful. I think he can do so much damage. Yeah, exactly. I think it's a good stop with the assassins, even the Freya. So
Ignite Gaming's turn on the clock, time ticking down, saying, okay, what's your move?
A little bit crazy here as a suggestion, but maybe
let me guess, in your rank games, everyone wants to play Hirara now after watching this.
Or the Esmeralda. I know it goes against my desires for Diablo, but with the Hirara there, you're gonna need the difficult to kill EXP laner.
I think this should be it, guys. I think Falcons are going to put an end to Ignite Gaming.
Come out a little bit earlier. With the Marcella, Atlas, Belerica, we're at that weird spot again where they might run out of roam options here for Jay. Oh, they're picking up the Melissa early.
I think it's a solid pick. You'd also steal away the Melissa something. You get the Jushin for some range.
Wow.
And then if Falcons Mena wanted that Melissa, something to kind of protect themselves against this Harara, you have a slight answer to it. Or if Falcons Mena ends up going for the Fanny here, you also already have something that can be safe from it.
Yeah. I wonder if this means that Ignite are gonna
Clint, okay.
the bag of like the Badang such for the roam, but you're risking getting the Valentina to steal your ultimate, but that will provide the space, and the rest of Falcons Mena do want to clump up together really well. Unless Falcons Mena just decides to band out the Badang. Picking up the Clint this early though, I don't know how to feel about this. I feel like they could have leveraged just leaving gold laners and picking it up later while changing up the priorities.
Why Melissa is getting picked too much? It's simple, guys. Like, Melissa prevents the dive coming from the other side. So if you take a look at it, right now, Meta is simply Assassin, right? Meta is like where Assassin is the way to go. And what does Assassin do? Assassin dives, gets the kills, and gets away. So now how do you protect? As a marksman, you know life is very difficult and miserable right now because Assassin will come for you. Similar with the mid laners. That's why the mid laners that are being picked have a little more HP compared to the others, have a lot of crowd control, have mobility, like for example Jushin and the Valentina. But for the marksman, they don't. So Melissa is getting picked because she has the range advantage in the laning phase, and you throw the doll, of course. Have DPS, which is another thing, you go Trinity build, and the other thing is you have your ultimate that go away, which can protect you from the assassins for a small period of time, and it's great against Atlas too. Same thing, when he dives, just use go away, you're not going to get caught, and if you do, you push everyone else away, so you give a moment of, you know, you get a moment of brilliance there. Yeah, lane bully, like, because she has the extra range.
Honing into it, Paquito is still open for both teams. Could be a decent option for Ignite, honestly. Just something that can pack a punch, close the distance on the Valentina and the Clint.
And I think that's maybe personally what the Melissa helps ward against early on. So if you want to pick up the Paquito, get up close, we have an answer for that.
A high loss ban?
And a Harley ban.
I wouldn't think that they would have found the high loss problematic. They already have the Atlas and the Clint with them, and then not a lot of...
Could just be a ban to open things up, keep things open, don't want to take something away. Again, they're going to be counter-picking to try to figure out these two lanes. Everyone's exposed their gold, their jungle, and their mid.
Oh yeah, that's true. We were talking earlier about how the roam options might look thin, so they just took one out. But they can also just gotcha later for Ignite. If ever they really can't think of a pick, just like gotcha.
What's the guy? Why is saying 3-2? It's a best of 3, it's not a best of 5.
We've seen a win from Gotcha. Definitely been played yesterday a bit.
Yeah, no, Zetian has been picked. It's not like it's not been picked. It has been picked.
Still aiming for that 90 for MSC. We'll see if we can get there. Let us know in the chat if you think it's happening. So far, so good. Before we get to knockout stages, we still got another group to go through this process with Group B tomorrow, as Barats gets picked up.
There's your gotcha.
There you go, Renmar. Good call.
He just settled on it. It really feels like, yeah, might as well. Oh, and they pick up the Alice despite there being a Valentino on the other side, and that makes it even
In these type of tournaments, does the EWC pay for the accommodation and flights and team car? Yes, everything, bro,
Actually,
everything.
Because of the Alice pickup, FALCONS MENA has multiple options to answer this Melissa. Will it be enough is the question, though, because you still need the damage, but diving it, reaching the Melissa wouldn't be a problem anymore.
What is going to be jungle, though, for MENA here?
I'm thinking, can you just maybe go something like the Hayabusa?
Well, Hayabusa is the only thing I can think of here.
I mean, the Fanny isn't going to be able to target down on the Melissa very well.
Yeah, we saw it struggle earlier.
Get taunted by the...
Oh.
Huh?
So Barat's jungle.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah. So you're like a jungle Barat, so you send the Paquito to the EXP lane. All right, let's see how this is going to work.
Let's roam.
I still have a lot of questions for it, but let's see, let's see.
Wow.
What is the final switch around?
This will be interesting here.
Yeah, it is looking like, yeah, jungle Barrett's EXP Paquito.
Yo, what's up, Zivan?
Well, it doesn't seem
Why India first out of tournament?
to surprise us
I don't
here,
know, bro.
guys. We've got a
Some
second
beef is
game
going
coming
on.
up here
That's
in our
right.
final series of the day. If they take 2 in
No,
a row,
it's
Team
possible
FALCONS
1-1 here. I hope
gonna
it's
close this
2-0.
one out and move on. They'll face their
So that
Falcons
way, at least we can say that we
team
didn't,
teammates,
we're not worse than SG.
organizational mates in a win. And if they lose, well, we'll send it to a game 3. Let's get game 2 started here and send it back over to your casters.
Thank you, mates, on the panel, man. I love them, this panel.
Meta's not
T-Rex,
back, bro.
Raptor, Rainy Man. I'm joking. Welcome to the Land of Dawn, folks. It could be the end of the road for one of these teams, and right now it's looking like it's going to be IG because they're down a game. But how are you doing, Brigada?
Hey, I'm doing okay. We've had a really interesting day today. Some very intense games at that, and some very one-sided games.
Ingan's
And
going
so
as a
far, the
referee is
series has been
crazy.
one-sided for IG, as you've mentioned, who are on the brink of elimination. So we're really hoping for them to at least figure things out.
Why did Modi
into
beat
this game.
India?
But I feel like even
Because
the
he was playing for
panel-
China.
even the panel.
T-Rex?
T-Rex, Raptor, and Rainy Day. As mentioned, you're right, Mirko. We're just kidding. But I feel like even the panel couldn't really fully grasp the idea behind what IG wanted to do. Just, yeah, I think so much focus also was put on
Is it usually done that way in local land tournaments and other tournaments? Yes. But in India it hasn't because the scene hasn't developed yet.
Sticking with their identity.
I think it
and
happens for
just
BGMI, right?
shifting it around with putting a Barretts in the jungle is another statement for them if ever they do get to secure the 2-0 against IG.
I mean, they did make this work at the wild card, right? The Barats in the jungle with the Matilda, though, so it was already very different.
I'm not gonna read
Barats
that comment,
in the jungle
Parul.
was
I
a
don't want to
good
get
answer
clipped.
Into a lot of the other
I know no one will, but I don't need the
jungles, like
opportunity.
Kai as well, and the Baxia. This time around, you're up against a Hirara, right? Someone that can already farm faster than you and can actually capitalize on the winning lanes. I think that's where we have to, you know, kind of point our fingers and set our sights towards. The lane in goal. I like it for the Melissa up against his Clint. And even in XP, I like it for the Alice for the matchup against the Paquito. So these are 2 lanes where Ignite Gaming are going to be able to utilize this Hirara to finally push in and capitalize on the mistakes or the lane dominance of the other mates on the team. FALCONS MENA, though, it's all about neutral objective control. So I think it's kind of like a better IG from game 1, but FALCONS MENA, the same exact FALCONS MENA from game 1.
Granted that the laning does go that way, because we're expecting it to favor IG at least in terms of the sides. We're looking at again the Melissa, who at least based on today's showing has been a phenomenal gold lane pickup, but it was more into the Fanny and the likes of the more dive type comps, which I don't think FALCONS MENA are that far away from, but they're more fighter than assassin type of compositions too. So you could expect them to stay much longer in the team fights if things go their way. Well, right now, IG, let's see how it goes and let's see how they manage this lane.
Quick emblem check as we get into game number 2 in the Land of Dawn. Wilderness Blessing for Troll. In a world where we see a lot of pull yourself together just to try to get more flickers out there, Troll decides, no, I want to get the movement, and it's the same for Cuffin. So they're expecting to win here in the mid lane, trying to rotate around. Perfect match on Roy.
Yep. That's a very aggressive start, and I think it will be a lot of help to Boyet, who
took 3 months break from ML and so much change in meta. I haven't even played it a lot, by the way.
On his own, but the fact that you have a mid duo who is just so reliable in terms of mobility and just fast moving around the map, I feel would make things a bit more easier for him this time around. So at least
see the wave clear, see the level difference. Boyet is level 2 and Kelvin's level 3. That's what I mean by tempo. That's why tank jungle is difficult to execute at the moment. So fast.
Able to allow Kelvin be involved. I don't
like if you are tank jungle, you don't have the option of missing a single skill. Your pathing should be very clean.
The thing is though, they are playing.
But if you're playing assassin jungle, you can move around because you have enough damage early on. If TR destroyed China's base, they would have won, bro. Exactly, I agree. If TR didn't lose, they would have won.
Yeah.
Not as far as Kelvin. Kelvin might actually get level 5 here. But no, he's going to give the XP crab over to Diablo. Going to try to get that secure onto the neutral objective. Roy's going to get level 4 as well, but Cuffin and Boyet.
Do you think meta patches should change in cycles like it changed after one international? That's what happens. That's what happens, right? But always every single tournament, that one patch comes in before the tournament. But this one was too like unexpected. Or rather expected that it was so unexpected, and that meta's changed so much. It happens every time, so get used to it for ML if you're new. Nice Throne of Ruin. Oh, but the Red Noise welcome. He's able to secure the turtle. This is why you pick up the Barats, and they get first blood too. Jay should go down.
They go for the neutral objective fight against the utility jungle. They had tempo, but they didn't utilize it. Falcons Mena are soaring in the skies. Turtle number 1, a complete win for the Falcons, and a big double for Boyet on the Barats, bro.
And what happens now? Because we were really looking forward to see IG at least win it out on the sides, but this is going to heavily impact what happens from this point onwards in terms of their early game, because you see the setup, you see the attention coming in from IG, and it looked great. It looked great for Diablo, but the fact that it was just such a great response as well from Team Falcons Mena, and they were too tanky as well. There wasn't enough burst. Kelvin having to fall down too just did not look great for IG.
IG are just so awkward in that skirmish earlier. You know, they got the prio up top. They got the tempo as well. Diablo.
Yo, Emery, what's up?
Now it's going to be Sanji with a jump on Kelvin. No one there.
Oh, sheesh. Kelvin's cooked. What are they doing? What is he doing?
And a flicker just to get out of that dangerous position. Sanji on a 2-0-2 Paquito, clearly winning it out against Diablo in the lane right now.
Sokolil, and it's Sanji on the Paquito against the Hirara in her own jungle. We were talking about that earlier, the Paquito should, oh god, he wants to do it again. This time Diablo is going to be there to shoo him away, but this could still be good for Falcons Mena as Boyet's going to walk up.
Okay, he doesn't steal away that jungle.
Crazy to think that assassin jungle is being put behind so early. I don't know if I can consider new or no. I just joined ML at least after last MSC. I mean, the patch has been changing that for every single international tournament. So I would say fairly you are, but I'm glad you're enjoying it at least. Fraud TZ being explored like Messi in the storm. Oh my god, Farquhar, don't say that.
There's just not much you can do.
And now it's just Falcons Mena doing exactly what they did.
See, utility will always be consistent. And I think after looking at this series, I think Liquid and Falcons will probably realize like we can play like this. I think they'll back themselves to play utility in the next series. Or even tomorrow.
They don't care if they just find one. They already have what it takes.
See, Mirko's trying that thing again.
One of the tankiest members of IG, and now both sides seem to be in favor of Falcons Mena already.
Using tank jungle, you play only the game of exactly. And objective is what win you the game, and that's what PH like to play.
Is it gonna be worth it? There is gonna be the muddles from CS, but the damage is just not enough threat for Falcons Mena to get away.
What do you do at this point? Boyet's gonna try to steal this away, but the Hirara is nowhere near. It's a retreat from Boyet. And Kelvin's gonna be very careful. Troll's already on the perfect match. Boyet's gonna figure it out. Uh-oh, Kelvin!
Oh, this is a running Atlas. He's moving so fast.
Why didn't they use the fatal links by the? Oh, he didn't have it.
Flickers in their hands. Kufin, Sanji, the wraparound. Oh no, Kelvin dashing out.
Oh, he missed. Foul long.
We're close to saving him there.
Sanji just got it.
Said no.
Nope. A flicker to take him out. Sano picking up the third tier 1 in this game. He's had a hand in all the turret takes so far. It's
I guess playing so also depends on opposing teams. It'll be easier to execute against IG than top tier. Yes, it is true. Because the opponent, if they play Assassin, they will want to move fast. They'll try to find different win conditions. But in this case, look at how Falcons have just blocked them completely. So I think that's what Liquid tried to do. They block them on all fronts and they make it a problem. Like, because here if you see, they're winning EXP, they're winning, they're 50-50 gold, I can say. Roam, they have the Atlas, they have a good mid lane.
Looks very promising.
It gives enough space.
You mentioned the Throne of Ruin, you mentioned the AOG, but you could also pair it up with Muddles from CS, honestly, but again, you don't see them synced up. You don't see them really coordinating the team fights. You also saw Diablo earlier on just using the Throne of Ruin all by himself. It's more on a one-on-one scenario rather than the Alice being a part of the fights, but they probably can't even afford to take on any fights at this point. They still have to catch up. It's a 6k gold lead. They're about to lose on more, but they're still going to set it up nonetheless.
Oh no.
From Diablo and now IG are going to fight and clap back. Roy going in the Crimson Beacon. Voyet left all alone, and this isolated pickup might be the start. But then, Sanji, the damage does he have?
No way.
Was it enough? He did not expect this amount of pressure from IG2. That's 4 members he tried to take on all by himself.
They got a shutdown and a kill on Boyet as well. And finally, the combo lands. Throne of Ruin into the AOG, into Kelvin with the AoE as well. And everything, when it lands perfectly, works out. The thing is, there's still a big problem. Falcons Mena, with all the lead that they've been able to get, it wasn't through kills. Yes, Sanji got shut down, but nobody else on this lineup has a bounty on them, right? So you look at the gold lead, it went from 7k to 5k. Usually it would be a massive turnaround, but this time it was different. It started off with that crazy Throne of Ruin with the AOG combo, but again, Falcons Mena were just that ahead. That's why Sanji and Boyet were able to buy enough time for the rest of the team to escape. Now Falcons Mena, they're definitely going to learn from that mistake, and they're definitely just going to play around the neutral objectives, and get this, they won't stick together as much.
Yeah, I even feel like that engage from Sanji would have been a huge punish if only the lead was a bit smaller, but since Falcons Mena are this much ahead, I don't think it really hurt them that much. They still have the control. They are still the ones dictating the pace of the game, but now you have to acknowledge the fact that IG can still go for those plays.
Corrosion, Scythe, and DHS. It was CS who got them the shutdown on Sanji earlier, so it really comes down to CS getting those item power spikes. We saw just how good Iman could be on the Melissa. This could be an Iman-ish game for CS, but the whole team's gonna have to play around him, and Kelvin right now, not in a good position, especially after missing those 2 dashes across the wall.
I mean, honestly,
hey, Sanji.
Oh,
hey, he went back.
Okay,
no way.
Kelvin's
Oh no, whoa, what's he doing?
And now he is just gonna
Can
burst
he?
it down, knock step as well
No,
with the
right?
Lantern Flare, and he will just have to accept that. But
All
I
right.
think
There are
Falcons
people
Mena
asking
will
me
make
about
it
like
worthwhile. They will have the Lord
Scrim and Bootcamp in Southeast Asia. That makes no sense because you get good ping in Scrim, so it's not needed.
Just cast it alongside the flicker, but the AOG from Jay. Counter AOG from Cuffin with the IMU. And there is a
Nice damage. Whoa, that was a long detonus welcome, by the way. Jay's not gonna die, right? He's a Gato. Sky Piercer, bro. Cuffin is still diving in.
Terrify, and Falcons Mena finally disengage.
There was a valiant attempt from IG. Again, though, they just get overconfident, I guess, with the lead that they got, man. They were able to get an initial pick down below. With Sanji down, they thought the 4v5 could work, but then Diablo just took too much of a beating. Then he had to use a Throne of Ruin, miscoordinated by Jay. He thought it was gonna go in. The AOG went wide, and then Cuffin responded with an AOG by himself. Literally, Cuffin IG boys.
Okay, it's a concealed play already committed here by Team Falcons Meta. Diablo's still gonna go in.
Nope.
Catch anyone! Oh no! But the AOG
Oh no, yeah, Jay is cooked, right? Boom.
And they now find one. It's a trade, a 1-for-1.
Yo, Falcons, this is so slow, so clean. This is Indo meta, no PH meta, waiting for playing for Magnet. No, I mean, look, you can play the PH way if you want to play it slow. You just have to find the right opportunity.
That's a flicker forced out. Falcons Meta are not going to force this anymore. The fact that Diablo is still there too, and CS is just very active with the defense. it's probably not the best, but it's better. I feel like IG right now have better ways to rely on when they have or they are forced to play defensive, but they're forced to just clear the waves.
Would love to take a look at the items right now, man. Damage dealt, it's Coffin and Sanji who are leading the pack, not even Sano. And no wonder. Sanji's just going full damage to Counter-Strike. Sea Halberd into the War Axe. All right, for the Valentina, Coffin, it's just a glowing one on Bloodwings. You wouldn't expect that guy to be doing the most damage, but now makes a lot of sense. If we got the Lightning Truncheon earlier, then my lord, these guys on IG would just be completely bursted down to the ground, man.
Yeah.
Also, Sano, 20 stacks in the Sky Piercer, I believe. Yep. On the way to a BOD, a Blade of Despair. This is just rough. When a 2,000 gold lead forms around your XP, you know it's kind of chopped.
And you saw how the damage from Sano is really starting to pierce through. IG.
Who's your champion guess? Sonic.
Always the one who has to put himself up front, but even
I mean, I'm guessing now. I haven't picked in game. In game, I would pick Liquid still. Like, Liquid fan all the way, so yeah.
Sano at this point, considering the amount of
yes, this is the most balanced meta for micro and macro. Yep. So it depends on what you want to play.
Already does have 20 stacks.
And so far, with the battle between the micro and macro has been winning because it's much more faster. So if they find a way to slow it down, then GG.
Because IG at this point, there's just too much that they have to get back from.
CS is up top. This is very good for Falcons Mena. Melissa isn't really known to be mobile. And guess what? They didn't even deal with the slow push here, so he's gonna have to stay up there for a bit longer.
Take Lord.
Visible again.
But then they have burst, they don't have DPS, so they'll have to slow play it anyway.
The long game here, so it's back to resetting the Lord, pushing up top with Sanji. IG somehow gonna look for a pick-off here, and I think the right way is grouping up for neutral objective or going to pick up onto Sanji. They're trying to do that right now. I mean, CS got it, but Sanji just walks away. What?
The go away committed too.
Guys?
I don't think there was a need for that to happen. Kelvin trying to help as well, and they might just successfully find the pick up onto Sanji because he did kind of get an off-angle punch right there. But that's
oh, the timing also beautiful. They've slowed it down so that they'll be able to get Sanji back. Well played, Falcons. That was a good macro play. You guys saw the timer. I was looking at the timer. It was 8 seconds. They slowed down for 1 second so they can get the Lord for the next wave. Oh, but Throne of Ruin committed. Oh my goodness. Gets eaten up though. Detnus welcome. AOG coming in from Coffin through the IMU. Is that going to be enough? They clear the wave. It's going to be enough for the Fatal Links also. GG, man. Falcons men are doing wonders. But Kelvin can get it. That's like a maniac waiting for him if he plays it right.
Roy is just too low.
Jeez.
To
oh my god.
Brother, the AOG was used on Sanji up top. That was literally, it just happened. But they went in for the Throne of Ruin with no AOG under tier 1 and tier 2.
Nice, GG.
Oh my
Boy, it doesn't have HP though. This should be enough if Hirara tries to go in.
We are starting to run out of words. In this game.
No, why is Troll recalling? Is it needed?
And it's just Falcons Mena still with this.
Oh no, boy, what are you doing?
Nearly getting caught there. Oh, Crypto good in from Roy. Now they're on to Sano. They'll find and shut down the gold laner.
The fact that Troll had to go back and Boyet was low in HP. Nah, IG.
Capitalize on a mistake. IG says we can do it as well. Yet again, staying afloat with a pickoff on Sano. A shutdown as well. A way to cut down on those Sky Piercer stacks. Again, we see the set. But it's like, bro, the AOG was literally just used earlier. And it's like, dang, it's under tier 2 and tier 1 with it not even being there. And it just baits everybody in. By everybody, I mean it baits its own team in. Yeah, valid reaction. Valid reaction.
That was a slow
Which was Ignite or 2 Ripper? Ignite, bro. I'll guarantee you if we got Ignite, we would have wiped the floor for them. That's why I was kind of like annoyed with the matchups that we got.
But IG,
with the draw.
Well, saw that just now. They found the kill on Sano and they found a tier 1 in mid. That's the second turret they've been able to take down in this game. 15 minutes in.
To be honest, even China was beatable, right? Even Guangzhou were beatable. We just like, I don't know, we crumbled under pressure.
I'm just so impressed.
Do you see Odyssey? No, I haven't. Is it a good movie? I want to watch it. I'll probably watch it tonight then with my brother.
Wind of Nature can be built up by CS. Wind of Nature already for
my brother's coming home in like a few hours.
It's a winner crown.
Like 5 hours, I'd say.
All right, so he's gonna have a lot more to say.
5-6 hours. So I'll watch it with my mom and dad and my brother.
Too much at risk when he dives in, as CS won't really be able to get those hits in. But the thing is, for me, Diablo hasn't gone winner crown.
Yeah.
Being the main guy to initiate and literally the first one in, I really thought the winner crown would be built on Diablo by now.
Yeah, and it's you see it on Boyet, and now Sano. Oh, is he changing his item? I think he is. He initially had a Wind of Nature, and now he went for Winter Crown instead.
What's Cuffin doing, man?
Cuffin forces out
This massive bait.
which he stole, but Sanji's gonna come in from the side.
Oh, beautify.
There goes the Winter
Boom.
Crown as well, coming in from Boyet, but the damage from IG seems to be
Sheesh.
enough. Now it's gonna be the Hirara.
The damage was insane. What was that? Who dished out the damage? Please show me a replay, bro. It's right end. He's ending, bro. He's ending.
FALCONS men are not letting IG get back to base, but Kelvin fortunately find his way back, and IG find more.
Oh no, Sanji. Look at the small skin. Look at the small skin. Look at the small skin. He's trying to outplay. Oh no, Sanji can't do it. Can he do it? Oh no, okay, he can do it. He can do it. He's got the combo. No, he doesn't. Oh, they're not letting him recall whatsoever. Can he do it, Sanji? Outplay, no. Bro, easy mortality. Bro, immortality. Ah, yeah. Recall. Boyet can get the Lord. This is so tense. Detna's welcome. Eats him up. Who's he going to throw him to? Nice. Winter Crown. Ah, GG. Sanji's cooked. Oh wait, Cuffin! No, he can't. Oh wait, he got the kill out of Diablo still. Nah. But the Lord is reset though. Sano can come and actually make plays here.
Hero play from Sano. Can he steal the Lord? No, he can't. All right. Waves dealt with by Roy. IG.
Yo, RRQ is not here, but you can still see RRQ over there.
In a brutally chaotic brawl. Oh my goodness, they put the Ignite on FALCONS mana. FALCONS couldn't react, man. The heat was brought in, and it started with IG doing... Okay, it started with FALCONS mana, ulting everywhere. That's where it started, actually. There you go. Cuffin gets caught by Jay. There you go. I'm starting to remember now.
Okay.
But in this skirmish, man, it was just Boyet just trying desperately to get back into that pit.
Yep.
But unfortunately, couldn't get in. Sanji tried to go in. He forgot about the go away. So Melissa's ult, right? Bring it up. It's a sphere, you can't get in. Yeah. Just in case you don't know. You know?
So, I don't know anymore, because it's a 2.9k or 3k gold lead now in the hands of IG. It initially wasn't like this. It was FALCONS mana leading massively, but now they're pushed to a corner. It's IG trying to charge in the base. And CS, you could already start to feel the damage. Boyet is already being shredded down to pieces. Sanji picks up an immortality. Gets bursted down.
Oh no.
Immortality just bought it. Now it's popped and he has to fall.
FALCONS mana, one man down. Still some waves available for IG. Trying to keep their tournament lives still open.
Oh wait, what a Fatal Links! But immortality, man.
Immortality for Jay. Jay gets still caught and trapped under the turret, and Sano finds another stack. But they're gonna lose another base turret too. Kelvin jumping in.
Oh, throw to the back!
From Roy. They're fighting it under the base.
Come on, FALCONS. Come on, FALCONS.
Are not able to catch Sano.
I'm telling you, if Ignite win this.
Able to deal damage. Kelvin dashing in. And they still have waves incoming.
Uh-oh. Wave down below as well. They're going to go all in. It's Kelvin in the back. Rose gold medium for Sano.
Sano still survives. Sano fights the kill.
Oh, Sano, can he outplay? No, he can't. GG. We're going to game number 3. That is crazy, man. Why would they do that to themselves?
To be eliminated in game number 2.
Imagine FALCONS mana lose this. It'd be crazy.
For our final series of the day. What a fantastic comeback that was. Raw, micro, and macro.
Punish after punish.
Bridaga, I've never seen anything better than that.
I don't know anymore. I feel like I'm gonna jumble your name too anytime soon.
It's Marco.
Marco. How did it end up like this? It was maybe 15 minutes of FALCONS mana in control, and then the last 4 minutes were just suddenly over to IG.
Oh my god, though. Diablo
crazy. They played well. They played well, guys. They played well. Give me your thoughts.
Ruins, he even went on it while the AOG was down once, right? So, hey, you're on the right path. That got you the win. Diablo finding the angle to get in there. And man, Kelvin always catching Sanji, really pulling out that revenge story. 0-3-0. It was Sanji with a 3-0, and everything turned around as Sanji constantly pushed in top, not respecting IG's flank potential.
Yeah.
I know it's a Gacha and Melissa. I know you shouldn't be caught, this is the moment by the way, by that combo. But the fact that you did is like now, is it more of a good flank or is it more on like Sanji not respecting him, right?
I don't know, maybe something just clicked from IG, you know, mid-game. They suddenly sync up, and I'd say we saw it happen a couple times. There were engages which were immediately followed up by Roy specifically. Shout out Roy, because it was a flawless Crimson Beacon 2 into whatever setup was eventually later on, but I think the panel has a lot more to say about this, you know?
Hey, I don't want to say anything else about this game. Throw it to the panel. It's been Tulai and Marco.
Who would have thought? Just the correction really put them on the name game there. I like it. We're playing their own little moment. I mean, that was a fun
Mirko's
game to
being
watch.
childish over there because Rain Day actually just called him out. Mirko's so childish. Jeez.
For Ignite, but they needed to learn their lesson. And finally,
Taking time out with Melissa the boss late game. Yes, I agree. And have crazy. Yep. And Clint. Clint doesn't lose value in late game, but doesn't have frontline. If the opponents are very mobile, then yes, it becomes a problem. In this case, they were, especially the Hirara and the Jushin. So
It
yeah.
was Diablo. It was the guy that we were looking for to step up.
Yeah.
Well, not really step up, but finally make his presence felt. Got the wish of getting Diablo on something that's big impact, and he delivered the biggest impact for Ignite Gaming.
Yeah, I think Diablo, along with the big AOG finally being able to connect, you know, there was just a lot of miscommunications throughout that game. And once Ignite was finally able to actually combo up and play as a team, not just man for man, you know, sometimes you got to switch up the formation. And they were able to do that and actually succeed in getting a win, forcing this to game 3.
Yeah, it was great. And this is what you want to see in a final series of the day where one team goes home. Now it's all a best of one. Rinmar, I mean, I know you have some stuff for us, but looking at these stats as well before we jump into the Telestrator, you asked for Diablo to show up, 120,000 damage taken, 37,000 damage dealt. He was involved in both sides and made a big difference.
Yeah, I think the biggest numbers I want to look at here is the difference in damage dealt between the two gold laners, 13,000 more for CS and the Melissa, which is why we had that feeling for the Falcons meta draft where with how they closed it out, yes, we saw how well it went for them in the early game, but then that worry of, okay, what happens if the Melissa is free and the Melissa can damage? Is the Valentina and the Clint gonna be enough? Answer was no.
I mean, all that really matters is the last fight, right? And as long as you can hang on long enough, it takes that one big team wipeout.
I think I'd asked about Melissa being picked in tournaments and you said she'll get dove upon, that's why she's bad. Whoa. I told she gets dove upon, that's why she's good because of the go away. Jeez, bro, you took it wrong.
Happened in the end. And though the way
that's the entire reason she's good. That's why I just put Diablo on big setup heroes. Yep, I agree. Did TR live up to your expectation, girl? Sadly, no.
That was a jar.
Yeah, yes and no, because they were nervous. That's the shitty part for the first games for both the series. Clint loses value and other men will have higher damage. No, Clint has more. Clint has. Okay, you're comparing DPS and burst, but Clint has a lot of damage late game because it's true damage. It's just that he can't move. That's why you don't see it. Imagine you put Clint plus a marksman, you know, to take out a tank in front of each other. Clint will burst him down much quicker because he has the burst. Full kit is crazy, especially with Sky Pistol stacks. Is insane.
That 65K in this situation instead of the 45 from going out earlier. So still a lot of money coming up on the line for both of these teams who are fighting for their last chance at it. Rinmar, I want to give you the opportunity to break down what you saw there. There were a lot of failed fights, a lot of successful fights, but like Trek said, you only need one fight.
Yeah, I'm ready to break down. All right, could you hold this for me? All right.
Both mics?
Yeah, I'm good. All right, we double it. Oh, okay. Okay, so we look at the draft. So this is already post-switch up where you see the Alice come in, but then they, again, we have to put focus on this Melissa. We look at the Falcons meta composition, and the only source
you think God like a Soul could have done better? Nah, maybe.
Now, yes,
godlike maybe because of mentality. Soul with the team that they had at that time.
Got the gacha, even able to take away the Jushin ult, and of course the ult of the Alice. All of them as a
What was the
means
team again
to
at that
break
time?
the formation of Ignite Gaming. But again,
Yeah, I
the
think they
question
could
is,
have, but
will they have
in
the
hindsight,
damage? We
yes,
saw
you
in
would
the
think they
numbers
would. I
difference, it
would
was
say yes,
23K
but also the kind of lineup they had, the kind of meta change that happened would catch anybody off guard, right? You a lot of prep, but I think the unfamiliarity of the environment also kind of made them. You gotta understand, like, India, there's not been a stage like that for ML so far, right? There's no clean, there's no equipment, there's no like the surroundings that's there for you. It gets overwhelming sometimes. Maybe that was a factor. I don't know, but I don't want to look at all that other shit. In the game, you're playing the game. Like when you're there with the phone in front of you, the game's the game, right?
Overall, Ignite Gaming just had more damage.
Yes, all that stuff, but like,
when the Clint was taken out
Chodo,
of the
bro.
equation, no one in this remaining 4 can deal with a full 5 that Ignite has. It was way too Clint dependent for Falcons Mena.
And that burst, I mean, it does scale late game. And so they had the early game handle. Yeah. And Baratza's, I mean, dominant. Like he was a high level, maybe 15 when there was 11s, 12s roaming around on the side of Ignite Gaming. But
bro, Mirko is so fast. Like, bro, he's casting right now. He's replying to me. Look.
It was also...
Bro is glued to his phone.
After Ignite Gaming surprisingly fought Turtle 1, they committed all those bodies up against the Barretts. I think they were a little bit too egotistical and thinking that they could get the turtle, but even if they got the turtle, they still would have gotten taken down. But maybe a little bit of ego is what they needed. It is a little bit of ego that allowed them to get that surprise jump play onto Sano and Sanji and then turning it around. So, hey, Ignite, they have the ego, they have the confidence, and they force game number 3.
I mean, how about that 1v1 down at the base? Sanji's trying to take it all tracks. We're watching that together. We're thinking this could be it, but it's the delay that leads to the lore, that leads to things turning around for Ignite Gaming. What was going on through your mind watching that?
It was a very all or nothing play, right? And a lot of time that is what you want to go for. But the fact that they couldn't delay, Kelvin.
Yeah.
So that means he can get back. If they were able to delay Kelvin, easy, good win. But once they're not able to delay him, at that point, I think as a Paquito, you gotta back off because once that keeps on going, it gives the rest of the team time to get
I thought mentality was soul. Yeah, I mean, it does. Okay, I'll tell you what. Mentality-wise, yes, in hindsight, it always matters. But I think everyone would have just went and like shat the bed. Feels like, bro, Spain saved football. Bro, Terra, you're coming like a week late, bro. You're like a week late.
You think? I mean, I'm going back to some of the World Cup final moments, especially for Spain and Argentina, and you say there was almost not a shot on goal for Argentina in 90
minutes. Yeah, because that shit was,
Spain
never mind,
had
I'm not saying,
shots, but
I don't want to get...
everything was like that last bit of effort, that just final touch to try to make something happen. Feels like when you're in an elimination game or a game of high stakes, you know, some of the regular plans and composure goes out the window, and everyone's just like really trying to almost will themselves into a victory. Some of those team fights felt that way, Redmar.
Yeah, I think also the Trex may have willed this into existence. You're the only man who saw 3 games for the final series, and you called it right on the money, bro.
I know everybody loves me for that one, right? Yeah. I'm here for the excitement,
the fans,
man.
Come on.
Yeah, I came halfway across the world to watch some MLBB.
Hey.
And that's what we're getting, more MLBB.
Hey, MSC at EWC26.
Wait till
Come
the
on
best
now.
of 5s.
Oh my goodness.
That's really going to be fun.
Well, what would be crazy is seeing reverse sweeps, because in that situation, you're thinking 2-0, maybe 2-1, and we somehow go to that 5th game. Wow, that is going to be exciting. As we get into our knockout stages, those quarterfinals are going to end up being best of 5s, the semifinals as well, and the best of 7 will be our grand final.
I know, caught you live. Bro, you got a notification bell on, bro. Go and like all my shots now and come back. You'll probably get it. Go comment in each and every single one of them, Terra. Come on. Go do it. What's the ENC line looking like? I thought that's already released.
Teams here.
Looking at the story of these two, though, as we get to see which map we're going to be heading into, if it's going to be Clouds, we expect a lot of fights. I don't care. We're going to get Dangerous Grass.
Dangerous Grass. Tamta, bhai.
It seems like this is going to be a
Tamta ka matlab kya hota hai?
more
Somebody tell
happier
me.
win for Ignite.
in the sense that people already counted us out. We didn't really get to show off as much. We've seen a lot of Falcons through their run in the wild card. Even in their loss against Vamos, we saw a good amount of them, and even they admitted that that game one was theirs. It's just they messed up a little bit, and then they were able
When
to
is
fix
ENC?
that.
November.
Falcons Mena has been here much longer, has been to more
ENC is November, GG is December, Wildcard is January, and M series is also in January. From what I know, MLMS is probably September, or is it September? Yeah, September, October. Yep.
6th title, something like
No
that,
meaning.
back in Singapore.
You know, Tamta in Kannada or Tamil, like in South India, means like that. Tamte bajate hai na, like that. That's the instrument. I don't know what to call it. You know the ones where it's like a circular kind of thing, where they keep it here and they beat the drums. That's what it is.
Can he find a way?
Crazy, bro. Reminded me of that, your name.
Into the knockout stage. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. Mena back on blue side.
Yep.
Back to that Ling and Harara ban. How does the other, this time Nakai and Marcel from the opposing?
Oh, this might work.
I think Mena should play Leo mod. Leo mod is just like, am I crazy to think Leo mod is just bad? Like, it's still good right now? Guys, have you tried Leo mod? I haven't played the game in a while, so I don't know what. I think Leo mod definitely is a decent pick.
By surprise. And maybe not by surprise, but they just couldn't deal with it in game one. That ended up helping them out too much after seeing the Harara Ling ban, which is not common. We're seeing those usually let through, maybe one of them banned. Going deeper into the assassin pool, Falcons Mena have kind of changed things up at the end of the day and said, nope, we're not going to see him. We're not going to play him. We're not going to use him. Let's see what else you got.
So do you get rid of the Eudora here?
That's a good question. What happens if you don't?
I mean, if you don't, then you have something that could threaten the assassin that you possibly might want to pick if you want to go for the Fanny. We know that Falcons Mena so far just shows that they don't want to play assassins. That is the point blank and period, but they're going to target even more. Goodbye, Barats.
I think that's smart.
It's true. It's true, because now for utility jungle, you have what? Fredrin, Basha.
What skin you did from promo diamonds? I didn't even buy a skin. Bro, I haven't opened the games, bro. I'll open the game today later.
Confidence, Renmar, is the fact that they took the Akai away and then they won. Now they take the Barats away, which they're clearly leaning on. Probably have some confidence saying, all right, you got a trick on us. We're going to respond back.
I think Mena are going to slowly build into this, so I think we're going to be seeing a lot of safer picks. Wouldn't be surprised if their jungler.
What do you think it's fair that people say that Odyssey isn't historically accurate when it's a fictional story? I haven't watched the movie, I don't know the story, but yes, it's when they say it's based on a true story, everyone thinks it's supposed to be the exact same copy of it, but what they don't realize, of course, it's inflated because the fact that you want to make it entertainment. Right, you want it to be entertaining.
The only Assassin's Boy
That's what the difference is.
Or international tournaments.
So people take everything literally right now. Like for example, when I was predicting that, you know, India have a chance to make it 2-1 against Team Vitality, and 2-0 is like, it would be crazy if it happened, but I do not believe in it. But you know what? Rockstar Alfie, he's a friend of mine, it's fine, but I didn't like that thumbnail. He like, I really didn't, but it's okay. He put a thumbnail as Indian caster KRONOS says it's going to be 2-0 against Vitality.
Get hit by the basics. You'll use
like, you know what I mean? I mentioned that 2-0 would be crazy, but I don't think it's going to happen. But no, it was just taking that and put that as thumbnail. And then the comments, people don't watch the video, they just take the thumbnail and then treat it for what it is. So taking things literally but not understanding the meaning is just dumb.
To just go for something like the Eve or the Farsa anymore because you already took away the link.
If that makes sense.
Anyway, oh, they still want to go play Eudora.
It's an early Clint, but the Eudora I was just going to bring up, Renmar. Does it hurt? I mean, you Valentina against it, but does it hurt her impact if you're going kind of anti-assassin with the Ling and the Harara band? Isn't that what Eudora's there for, or are they still worried about something that could surprise them?
I think they are still really worried about another assassin to pop up here. I mean, the Nolan is still up on the board, but with the Atlas, and there might be another deterrent in the EXP lane. Maybe they just wanted to play it safe. But again, we saw how difficult it is for a lineup with a Eudora to go up against a lineup with a Melissa, and then they pair it up with an Atlas. So Ignite are really just doubling down on what has been the hero of the past 2 days. In the Melissa, it's going to have a lot of protection.
And not going to get stolen from the Valentina, which Alice was getting that ultimate stolen in the original matchup.
Yeah, now Valentina's comfortable. She gets a nice Fatal Links of her own. So Ignite Gaming so far in this draft, it looks good. It feels comfortable. They're not having to go too far outside of their own range. Second band's coming in.
I got crazy deals with promo diamonds Freya and 240 Crystal Aurora for 3 diamonds. Wow.
We've been seeing more Roam Guinevere lately, but this
why would anyone even do that?
in the jungle position.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Look at the draft. They're still going clean against Melissa. It's pretty much the same draft. What do you think? Eudora's will be left open. What's the jungle going to be though?
Get that damage.
I'm telling you, Leomord. I want to see Leomord. Am I crazy to think Leomord is good still?
Fall back to like a Leomord.
See, Trex sees it.
Not against the
Alice and Melissa. Yeah, that might be tough.
Yeah, but I get it. But like they can go Leomord, but Leomord is decent, right?
No, but they can't even go Sora because the Valentina's there, and the Sora ultimate being available for the Valentina is gonna hurt Falcons.
What about the Phoveus? Phoveus is still available, but Phoveus is gonna struggle against the Alice. Maybe the Daroth, I guess, if you are Mena.
That presence.
Yeah, actually that Roam pick now.
Bro, people have their opinions just because internet exists. People go crazy. Like for example, someone told that to me. Oh, just because you have a YouTube channel doesn't mean your opinion matters. Stuff like I don't care about it, but they're entitled to whatever they want to think. So yeah, it is what it is. Don't think so deep about it. I was thinking whether I should get the Kadita Create skin or Kagura skin or the Grok skin. I'm too indecisive, bro. Get the skin of the hero you play, bro, or the hero you want to play. That's what I do.
On their side. You pair that up with the possible Fatal Links. I mean, they have big... We saw the possibilities of them wanting the big Wombo combos. They still have that. We're talking Throne of Ruin, Tech Charge, Fatal Links, every bit of crowd control that you could want.
And this would make playing something a lot like the Fredrin or the Boxer difficult.
The Grok is crazy.
Don't have any more of those as an option. If you play the Hayabusa, you risk getting invaded constantly by the Grok Valentina, and then the Alice coming out of the lane, whichever side that's on in the jungle. I think they have to double down on just the Joy. Even the Joy will struggle. Ignite might have just crawled back for a reverse sweep. Okay, at least they still get the Harley. And then the Uranus that we expected earlier for the Uranus-Alice matchup.
And it's a strong matchup. I mean, that's a strong team.
Yeah.
But are they hampered by anything? Do you feel that there's still an edge that Ignite Gaming can get?
I don't know, how do we feel about Hayabusa for Ignite here?
Not bad actually.
Honestly.
Yeah. It evens things out. This makes it really demanding for Boyd though, like to answer Rainday's question. The Valentina and everything mentioned also. Ooh, and Lancelot.
Wow.
That's another unique
That's some
hero.
unique picks, baby.
Yeah, Lancelot making a comeback here. Yeah, the Lancelot into the Harley, of course. That was one of the
I think that's a Tanksalot.
Not gonna lie, Ignite might have actually crawled back for this.
They feel good. They look confident.
Yeah.
See Troll there bouncing up and down.
I'm feeling a little bit more Ignite here, but it's more a question of how the Alice and Uranus handle their game in the map.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mena, Team Falcons, and Ignite Gaming in their final game of a best of 3. One team going on to continue their dream for an MSC championship. One team going home. Let's send it back to your casters, Mirgita, to finish it off.
Hey, thank you so much, panel. It is Mirgita, the combo right now, to bring you this elimination match. Earlier, there were a few lives still, you know? It was one game after another. It was the equalization, but now it's the climax. One team's gotta go, the other team's gotta make
Isn't Aulo's jungle viable? He got buffed too. Yeah, Aulo's jungle was possible. We saw KOA play it, right? From Geltech Cyber Team on MWI. But then again, like, slow. Slow paced.
IG might have actually found a way to get that.
Gwen doesn't have epic skin for sale, sad. Then you should get collector skin, bro.
Which is looking to favor them in a lot of aspects, Mirko.
I love the Lancelot pick, man. When you are not comfortable on the Fanny, Ling and Hirara's banned away from you. You gotta find some creative moves, man. And Falcons men are really trying to like choke Kelvin's hero pool down with the Harley pick as well. They denied everything away from him, so it only makes sense that he goes into the next best thing, which is probably a Lancelot. Yeah, like a lot of people were thinking Hayabusa maybe. We saw what the Yisun Shin is able to do both times. 0% win rate right now on the MSC stage.
Cool though. CS went pull yourself together too on the Melissa. So I feel like they're also starting to just anticipate the amount of pressure that they'll have to break free from. In terms of Falcons Mena's lineup, that's a lot of stuns, honestly, that could just go for you. And it's not just stuns, honestly, that you have to worry about. I think one of the differences between the Melissa games we've seen earlier and this that we're seeing now is that there's just really so much burst that's directed towards you. So I feel like so much attention will be put towards the bottom lane. And even the matchup, it's already established and put there to manage and deal with the Melissa overall. So
I hate Eudora, it's such an annoying level. I haven't played Eudora at all. I know the buff is there, but I haven't played Eudora to see the, like, I understand there's definitely stronger, but yeah.
Tempo for Falcons Mana. Troll in the mid lane against Roy. That's Boyan as well.
You see how taking a small EXP crab just made Falcons Mana win that fight because Alice didn't get that level 4 to come and become a big threat in the fight. That's what Tempo is about. Mirko just explained it, for those who want to know.
Diablo doesn't connect, and now Stroll's gonna go back in. Cuffin gets the last hit on the objective, whereas
oh, Kelvin, he's gonna die, right?
Kelvin might survive this deadly magic, though. And so IG don't lose out on much, but they don't get the objective.
And it's Falcons Mana with a very similar start to Game 1 and Game 2, despite having a completely different composition, right? Game 1, Game 2 was all about the objectives with the utility jungles, Barats and Akai respectively. Now with the Harley, it's still control over it. The team just knows they got that muscle memory on how to play.
You guys see Diablo on his bench? No, I don't think so. I think they're gonna go out. But Kelvin on his Lancelot will be crazy here.
On the Harley. Something we did get to see in the wild card as well, now really abusing the fact that he can actually walk up and invade, unlike on the Akai.
Ooh, he gets trapped here, but will use the deadly magic on Diablo. Doesn't want to stay there and just
Boyan's taking a lot of damage, he's risky.
Now the bad execution! He goes back with a space escape, but Jay was there. He was ready to answer back.
What a catch, the wall placed by Jay, and then the tech charge. A big swing with a concussive blast, yeah.
Yeah, I know, Lance Reddy survives just 1 HP is crazy.
Enough to clear the jungle this time, right?
Eudora is really good right now, especially with mini stuns, burst and low cooldown. Exactly, that's what makes her dangerous. The low cooldowns. Whoa! Why? Troll, what are you doing?
On Jay. I
with
think,
a flicker too.
Yeah, that's a key word. It's on Jay, so that's big info for IG. They know that the Fatal Links and both the Flicker are down for Troll, so for the
Jay even gets that gold crab. I think they start to tilt. Falcons will start to tilt. We have a good roam who checks the bush properly. Eudora is menace. Yeah, of course.
Be a bit more confident in terms of just picking up these objectives and fighting for it, but let's see how it goes with Falcons Meta at this point. Despite what happened just now,
Troll feels like he is trolling.
And they pretty much set up for this. Look at just how Sanji has been cutting the waves in the base of IG.
Classic Sanji. He was trying to do this on the Paquito, but he got punished for it now on the Uranus. Perfect time to do it. Sano, though, waiting in the bush on the clit.
Yeah, Troll is just walking through everyone, and it's not looking good. IG are just really going to take this objective. Tech charge doesn't connect onto anyone. There goes the Throne of Ruin, but now they find 3. But the counter setup from Roy all over again, but the damage, it seems to be working out for
how? Is that the Eudora magic? Can I see a replay?
CS is the next target.
I'm trying to focus.
Big win for Falcons Mena.
Was that because of Eudora?
They were actually able to get the neutral objective, but Falcons Mena take the fight. They even take the orange. No, Kelvin's still able to secure it, but Sanji's going to walk down on him.
Yeah, and it's very fast conversion. They don't want to waste time. Now they finally will take that tier 1 in mid, and even that tier 1 down bottom. Kelvin is not having a great time, though. He is not really taking
We're not going to see a replay, are we?
his very own jungle camps.
And it's the same story in the early game.
What 2 roles do you think is the toughest and the easiest role?
And playing around these team fights early.
I mean,
somehow in that game number 2, they completely forgot about their win conditions and they played around IG.
Right now, pretty much every role is tough, bro. And easy if you know how to play them. It sounds crazy, but Eudora can go sustain now with contagion. Yeah, exactly. Concentrated, not content. Yes, you're right. That's the utility build for Eudora. But you want the damage. You want the ability to be able to one-shot the assassins.
The ultimate already casted 2 for Cuffin, but do they use the Fatal Links? No, it's actually IG using it first, and there goes the counter.
Oh, whoa. Where's the damage? Where's the damage? Okay.
They're actually able to find Cuffin in the process, and it's just the mid lanes traded out.
It's a 1-for-1 that's actually... Oh, if Sano gets caught by the wall there, then it won't be bad for Falcons Mana. It won't be good for Falcons Mana, but still pretty good trade for them. Kelvin doing a good job here. Counter jungling and invading whenever he gets the opportunity to, right?
Yeah.
It's the only way right now to keep that gold lead from getting too crazy.
Mr. Political Answer. Yeah, exactly.
It's exactly the same.
Who
It's
wins
almost
lane between
exactly
Melissa
the
and
same
Beatrix?
from
Melissa.
What happened and transpired in game number 2, where it's Falcons Mena taking charge, and then IG just forced to find trades, mostly through Kelvin and his presence across the map, and the fact that there's also an Alice, so I cannot but think that IG are just really waiting out for CS maybe.
Troll?
But Troll decides to go in. That's 2 tanky members standing in front of him. They're not gonna go for the setup just yet, but yeah, if there's anything I really want to see change for IG, and if they're waiting for that timers, hopefully CS doesn't really panic click on buttons. I think we saw it a couple times even in game number 2, and even just now the go away being forced out quite early. Because Eman, you saw him earlier. That was such a patient way of playing the Melissa. So Falcons Mena, now that they're in this lead, IG have to be very particular with timings.
Here's the thing with Melissa, right? It's like, all right, it's a great pick. You can play around it. You can farm and just scale all game long until you get your power spike. But it requires a team to play around you. I mean, that's the thing that IG, if you don't haven't been doing in the early game. They haven't been playing towards this Melissa. CS has kind of been an independent Melissa all throughout this game, unlike Vitality when they played it with Eman. So again, for IG, it's all about playing with your winning condition, right? With the Valentina, Alice, and Brock, it really is a composition to just enable Melissa, CS on the Melissa. Kelvin can do his own thing in the back, but everybody else needs to peel for CS.
Because honestly, even if you hand over, let's say, the Fatal Links to Roy, that works too. If you're just really planning to play around CS, setting up for CS, and you have multiple ways to just catch these opponents because they're not on Purifies. Diablo used the Throne of Ruin right there. So they will not have it for a while.
Not that long.
Yeah, they still want to defend this? Okay, gets away with the blink. Why did they use the Throne of Ruin there?
It was in a bush, so maybe they were considering going for an engage, but it was just Troll that they saw, so maybe they'd rather not, because you never really know if there was anyone else from Team Falcons Mena just waiting to follow up and go in for the bait. So IG, I think it's true enough. They're really being careful about this. They're playing from behind. This is nothing new to them, but we have an objective of coming, so they can't afford to lose out on more.
And look at the way Falcons Mena this time have been able to manage the wave up top, far lane control, as they play this Lord Dance. And this time, Sanji won't be making the same mistakes as that game number 2. He won't overstay in that side lane to get picked off. He's on a Uranus as well, has a flicker. So if he gets picked off now, that's on him.
Yeah. He is just going to stick with the team. He is going to go for the zone, and they have enough info on where IG currently are, but it's Jay and Diablo waiting for a potential entrance? Looking for an angle.
It's a 3-level lead between Sanji and Diablo. Sanji's been cutting these waves, and Diablo hasn't really been farming up. That wave up top is still looking good for Falcons Mena.
I think there's too much pressure on Diablo to set things up for his team. It's almost as if he barely could split up his attention between farming and just finding the right entries. But speaking of entries, it's actually Falcons Mena who go in first. CS doesn't get caught though. Jay already looking very, very low. Sano with the reposition, actually popping the immortality. Now they lose one. Jay is down for IG. They lose one of their engages.
And now it's up to Sanji to actually just...
Oh, Throne of Ruin, nice. Fatal Links from Roy. The game changes, bro. When there's nice Throne of Ruins like that, it feels nice. Sudden jump.
Looking at a target for Sanji. Kelvin trying to hold the objective, but IG are low.
Seal.
They don't have full HP. Now it's Joe just gonna go for the charge, and it's Diablo looking like the next target. Sano picks up the kill.
Look at the wave pressure on the top side also.
Falcons have this Lord all to
Rate the 3 Sanji that are present in the MSC.
Time used by Falcons Mena.
You mean Sanji, and Sanji, as they put the name.
That's free tier 2 is Kelvin.
That was funny. Whoa, Kelvin. Tech charge.
And the Phantom Execution Retry steals away the objective from Falcons Mena in exchange of Jay.
Ignite Gaming has to get Kelvin. Book him a chiropractor session, man, because Kelvin's been winning these retries. He's been constantly carrying this team on his back, even yesterday in the loss. What a steal again to save the game, to delay it even further. Even last game on the Hirara, you know, a real, oh god, yeah. Valid crash out of the back rooms there for Falcons Mena.
Yep.
But Kelvin, even earlier in game number 2 on the Hirara, constantly farming, invading the jungle, keeping that goal lead from getting too crazy. Now he has a path to get that lead on Falcons Mena. He's the only member on the team who's ahead.
He's ahead of Boyet, and Boyet, by the way, used the Retribution earlier too. It was just much more accurate for Kelvin in that particular instance, which gave them at least a bit more room to breathe, and not Falcons Mena just knocking on their base or potentially taking out some Holy Shields and base turrets here and there. So they're keeping it close, but this is still a very significant lead in the hands of Falcons Mena in all lanes specifically. And on top of the fact that, again, Diablo, he's still on a level gap against Sanji. So you see how IG are just forced to play together, and Falcons, I feel, are taking advantage of that. You see it in the way they're starting to manage the waves a bit more.
So for IG, it's about clearing. Last time I saw Lancelot and the Melissa on the same team, it don't matter how many Lords you get, they'll still be able to come back somehow with hero plays. And so far, we've been seeing exactly that. CS managing the waves, Kelvin making those hero plays happen for the team. And Falcons Mena desperately looking for the closeout.
How do we get to that point? Earlier, it felt like there were a couple times they forced it too, so they probably learned from that. They don't want to risk it too much against this composition from IG, where you could just expect multiple layers of counter-engage to come in. Just a single mistake.
Nah, this guy just says Sanji better. Kelvin Assassin to go to. Yeah, he's a good assassin player.
Again, it's also
that's what makes him good, right?
Roy holding on to the Fatal Links. You also have to consider the fact that Jay might go in for a tech charge, and that CS is gradually scaling up. But Jay and Roy,
I don't know. Oh shit, they could make a play. Yo, they read that. He read it like a book.
up top as IG scrambled to get away because Falcons Mena are
Oh no, they got read like a book, bro. Oh my god, fat ult! What a fat ult! What a fat ult that was! And they're gonna dive, aren't they? That was a fat ult! Sheesh, a wipe! Potential, that is a wipe! No need of the Lord.
The moment Troll stops trolling, he gets a massive set.
What a fat ult, jeez!
But Boyet was playing a game. He knew where IG were. He reacted to it. Falcons Mena are gonna move over as they eliminate IG from MSC and EWC26.
What a fat ult!
They found the closing angle they struggled to achieve in game number 2. And that was off of a smart play from Boyet. Such great and commendable game sense to put himself in such a position where IG just had so much ways and angles to capture him, but he still got away safely, and they went straight for the punish. GG's to Team Falcons Mena as well as to IG. They put up a fight. They didn't allow us to get a 2-0 for their last showing here at MSC.
That they certainly did. Was it enough though? Unfortunately for IG and for Singapore, no, it was not. We get to see the replay.
TL gonna play against Entity. I thought TL was playing against Assassin. No, I thought the same. But unfortunately not.
Kelvin, let's save the day. CS constantly just playing in the back, dealing damage. This is the play for Kelvin.
I got that prediction wrong.
Before inevitably we saw the collapse of IG, and it started with IG thinking they had the catch, IG thinking they had Boyet in the clutch of their hands. But what was this again? The two-time Diablo with the push down below, and then now again throwing that Throne of Ruin gave Falcons Mena all of the information necessary for them to die, to go in and to go for IG's throat. We're gonna throw it over on stage for an interview with Falcons Mena. What a sweet victory for them.
They lift the sword another day. Team Falcons Mena victorious. And this time with me is Troll to have a little bit of a discussion. MVP, 100%. You were playing incredibly throughout this game. Game 1, especially on your Marcel. It was beautiful to witness. How do you make sure you're always in the right position to make sure you're in every single fight as a roamer?
My position for Marcel is I'll always give vision for my team, so the enemy team cannot do anything. So that's the whole point.
I mean, you say that, but then in game 2, which things, really got tough there, you were constantly being shut down by Diablo in moments that really turned the game around against you. What happened in that game in your mind?
I think game 2 we made a mistake in the blue buff. They made sure to punish us, and they came back and they did a good job.
And how do you reset from that sort of gameplay? Okay, mistakes happened. Now we have to forget about that. There's the pressure of elimination. We're getting into game 3. How to reset from it?
We reset. The coach just told us about our mistakes and told us not to do it again. We played the third game.
You didn't do it again in game 3, I can tell you that much. Well, you're someone that's been around for a long time in the MENA scene in MLBB. It's your second MSC that you're competing here. How do you feel things have evolved since your participation at MSC 24 to today in Paris?
I think the experience of us players, we've been together 3 years, so our teamwork is really good.
It definitely showed here today, even under pressure. That isn't. You're someone who's been kind of balancing competition and studies at the same time. How do you manage to do that when you're now hitting these big stages and you have a lot more to worry about also at home?
Well, now I don't have anything to worry about because it's summer break. But when it's time for school, I'll just study and play. I've been doing it a lot, so it's okay.
It's just part of the competition. Thank you very much, Troll. Congratulations to you.
Nice,
and
nice.
Team
We're very
Falcons.
confident.
Gentlemen, come over here. Habibis, it is time then to crush our second and final key of the day. Did you guys decide who's going to crush the key? Or is it just going to be you, Troll?
I don't know.
Who wants to crush the key? You know what? Let's just decide it in the moment. Come on over, gentlemen. This is it, our second elimination of MSC at EWC 2026.
This key crushing is like crazy, bro. Look at that.
Join on in. It's time for you to crush the hopes and dreams of Ignite Gaming on the other side. Their key is already in place. The instructions are ready. You can go ahead and push it in and just watch it. Keep pushing it. Hold it down, Habibi. You got this.
Oof.
They've done it in the game. They're doing it again on the Crusher at EWC. Oh! Ignite Gaming.
Damn, all the way.
Falcons.
Jeez.
All those hopes crushed to bits. Little tiny shards. And you'll see it. All in front of you here is the magic that happens here.
4 pieces.
MSC at EWC 2026. Ignite Gaming are out. Your victors, survivors. Team Falcons MENA live to fight another day. Back to the panel.
Well, nothing is granted. If you play enough Eudora in mid lane, you'll hear her say something like that.
Damn.
Everything certainly earned in this best of 3 set. It went down to the wire, and it was Team Falcons MENA who have booked themselves a match against Team Falcons PH. What an amazing journey and story that is going to be when we face off again and see some more Group A action. But as we turn into our panel, I welcome you back, Rinmar and Trex joining me. Rain Day as your host, and guys, closing out the day, closing out that set, really, it could have gone either way, but Falcons felt in control of it once that third game got going.
Yeah, better execution. I'm still going to double down that I had a little bit more preference to the draft that we saw from Ignite Gaming, but we saw from how they were moving, it looked like wasn't really hitting all the marks. Meanwhile, Falcons MENA, they looked confident.
Yeah, I mean, I can also double down that I liked the draft from Ignite as well, but it just goes to show kind of what we were talking about through a lot of those games, Rain Day, where it just felt like Falcons MENA was playing a tighter game. It felt like they were just overall competing at a better level than what Ignite could bring today. And I think in game 2, we saw some shimmers of what Ignite could really be, but they couldn't bring that consistently through all 3 games.
I mean, these are tough moments to go through, because on the flip side, you've got Ignite Gaming who are, doing their best to try to stay alive in this competition, and it doesn't go their way, and that's part of competing at this level. You get the chance, you get the experience, hopefully you take something from it. What can Ignite Gaming take away from this loss?
I mean, look back at their story. They crawled through the lower bracket in MPL Singapore. They went through a grueling 7-game grand finals against favorites and still won. They made it here. They dropped down to the lower bracket, but they got a game against a very experienced team in a match that
who even came up with this key crushing thing? It feels so bad watching getting crushed. Amelia, go check out my newest reel or short. You'll see how I felt also. But I love the key crushing concept, because it's absolutely, that's what esports are all about. The trash talk when you're playing. Don't you have people talking shit to you entirely in the game? That's what it's about, right?
And when you look at Falcons meta, isn't this a little bit more of just the same story? Finding their way through the wild card, facing elimination if they do not get the job done, but at the very end, at the last moment, crossing the finish line. It's another one, and now they get to go against their kind of organizational companions in Team Falcons PH, who many people didn't expect to be in the bottom side of the bracket, but are. Can that run continue?
It's definitely going to be something that's going to keep them up late tonight. There is a lot to think about, a lot to look at the games that were before them. Yes, Falcons Mena has been a part of MLBB competition for a very long time. And if they want to break through tomorrow, it is probably one of the biggest mountains they will have to climb. One of the most important games they are going to have to play, not just today, but they have ever seen.
Well, this has been a series of upsets as we take a look at the post-match stats from Game 3, one of our only sets to go. Our only set to go 3 games here today, and mostly throughout the tournament. It's been pretty quick. Renmar, what do we take away from these?
Yeah, we were looking at the end of the draft, 2 heroes that could be the X factor, the Uranus and the Alice, how it's going to be played and how they're going to get their impact felt. The most damage dealt by Falcons Mena is the Uranus at 42,600.
Yeah, wow.
That is 6,000 more than the Clint, which is supposed to be like the main carrying source of damage. Almost, well, not double, but even way more than the Eudora and a lot more than the Harley. So Sanji was definitely the anchor for the draft for game number 3 for Falcons Mena.
How did you feel the jungle matchup went with Boyette and Kelvin? Boyette on the Harley this time around. Did we see some comfort from him? Do you think there's more to see?
Well, if we remember in the previous meta, something that Falcon Meta is trying to bring us back to, Harley was a monster, was just completely dominant in so many ways, and I think it's something that maybe IG forgot a little bit about. Yes, the Lancelot can do well in it, but when you have everyone else on the team playing so well, when Sanji's able to just harass consistently in your jungle, in your face, it makes that Lancelot's clear time even slower, and Harley was just able to capitalize on that and have a great game.
Before we head into tomorrow, seeing these shots of Troll walking ahead of Team Falcons Meta, giving Kelvin the dap, and the fans, they've been amazing here at MSC. Paris has been a delight. That key being crushed, representing your hopes, your dreams at EWC across all the games, not just for your championship hopes here, but also your championship hopes for the club championship as well, which Team Falcons have won back-to-back. They got to be happy as an organization, sending 2 teams now to qualify and have a chance to continue that pursuit here in the knockout stages.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure the happiest out of everyone here right now, if I'm not mistaken, would be Team Vitality.
I know, look at that.
Yeah, they're looking really good.
And they're not sweating yet.
Yeah, not sweating at all. Their understanding of the meta seems to be a step ahead of everyone else. We haven't seen them go down the more cheesier routes, but then the fact that they can bring in the Vexana in mid, they've won a series solely through building around the Melissa. It's great.
You know, I love kind of, I started in MOBAs and, you know, a game called Smite. And one of my favorite things about learning new MOBAs and diving in and seeing these communities is it's kind of the same thing over and over again, where when you develop a meta, you're really looking at a chessboard, but you don't know the quality of the pieces yet. You don't know what's the knight. You don't know what's the rook. You don't know what's the queen. And you're constantly figuring out what's the king, what's the one thing I need to protect, and what's my one win condition. And as metas change, they continue to change. I'll start with you, Trex, and if you want to add on to this, Renmar, what have we seen develop with the pieces on the MLBB chessboard after day 3 going into now day 4?
Oh, it still feels so,
and you can't give me this wide open answer.
Right.
I've asked you this 3 times.
It's just the reality of the situation, my guy. Like we just saw Falcons Mena. even open things up. We banned out what we thought was the king and queen, right? We banned out the Ling and the Harara, and there wasn't any detrimental change because in the past it was these picks always need to be banned out. We never want to see it. The Marcel, I think, is something that needs to continue to be banned out. I don't think that is a pick that is ever going to be let through. But outside of him, there's nothing else that really seems end of world if you ban it out or let it through. Everything seems to have a counter. I will go on this board as well that the Atlas and the Belleric also seem to be a very important pick. And yes, the Harara and Ling are going to start to be thought about on whether we will ban them or let them play. And I think a lot of teams are going to look at the way Falcon Mena played today and maybe implement it down the line, especially some of the teams like TLPH and like Falcons PH, whatever we're calling them, are going to have to think about because those are two teams that had trouble dealing with that Harara.
Very true. You rightly said.
Exactly. It's so cool to see that.
How you're casting and streaming, I think, real at the same time.
Today, with adding another.
Luckily, I have an editor who helps out.
Very open and
but
wide meta.
I try to keep people entertained, you know.
Yeah.
So for me, the goal is M8 right now, since or rather ENC, since I'm not able to go. I wasn't able to go EWC. I was told I need to have like a bigger online presence, so I'm trying.
They know it is exciting, and I wouldn't be surprised if once we are into knockouts and teams finally find stability, that even then it's still going to be so hard to predict because now they have all these permutations to consider.
Well, it could be considered disappointing to go out at this moment in day 3 of a tournament that's going to last about 9 days overall, but to even get here was an accomplishment. So heads held up high for Team Ignite. We had a chance to talk with Ignite Gaming's Diablo here in an exit interview.
We're here backstage with Diablo from Ignite Gaming after that loss against FALCONS Mena. What happened?
They were just a better team, I guess, and we were underprepared, so we lost. Yeah.
Underprepared because you lost because you were underprepared.
I think as a team as a whole, we weren't prepared enough to face them because we kind of knew they were pulling out the tank junglers, but I think our strats are not good enough.
Okay, so I think we're referring to game number 1.
Yeah.
Right, game number 1 was the Akai jungle like a surprise pick for you?
Honestly, it's expected, but I feel like we didn't prepare much going into Akai jungle because we don't have much counter strats. I think we could have come out with something. Yeah.
So, I mean, the casters from your loss yesterday to what happened today, they were wondering, where is Diablo? What happened to Diablo? Was that just a part of the strategy, or what happened there?
I would say just my part, I'm adjusting to what the team needs, so I'm unable to bring out my full strength. I think I'm more specialized in damage heroes, but for me, this is also something I have to improve on. So if I'm not doing well enough in sustain, then I'll just have to keep improving, and maybe one day you'll be as good as my damage heroes. Yeah.
Yeah, we remember. We remember for sure. Yeah. I mean, game 2, game 3, you were on the Alice. It seemed like you had a little bit more to say in that game. But come game 3, what do you think went wrong?
I think we were too hasty in our decision making. The game was going not too bad at the start, but a couple of wrong engages made us lose. I think we could have just played it slow and wait for good timing, just like in game 2. Yeah.
Is everyone okay though? Did everyone?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen their faces.
Oh, okay. So you went off stage. You're here now.
Yeah, I'm here now.
Well, it looks like the Singaporean fans are obviously still supporting you. Do you have anything to say to them as your final words here at EWC?
Just sorry. Very disappointing result. I think throughout this year, it's quite disappointing. I think as a whole, Singapore has improved, and sorry I couldn't bring the performance up, but if there's ever we make it back into the
main stage, 12 years ago, yeah, bro, same here.
Continue watching, and maybe one day I will be back, like my form will be back. For now, sorry for disappointing you guys, and sorry you can't see the Diablo that you want to see. Yeah.
We'll wait. And we are all waiting.
All right.
Thank you, Diablo. Thank you, Ignite
you.
Gaming, for all your hard work. We're going to throw it over back to you guys.
The world will wait. Diablo, great final words, great humility there, and trust me, you
See,
will have your fans.
the script was written. True Rippers was supposed to win. We were supposed to win. The script just wasn't in our favor. Everyone on the right side won.
They will play tomorrow, and it's Team Vamos.
It was supposed to be 2-1, 2-0, 2-0, 2-1. That's the script, guys.
Into the knockout stages. Team Vitality also did the same, taking down Team Falcons PH.
What do you think the most important quality of really good marks and aggression, mechanics, map awareness, something? So all three together.
Go home, but they're going to be facing off against another Team Falcons and Team Falcons Meta, which means a Falcons will be flying into another match. It just depends which one. As you take a look at this, it means that when Team Vitality and Team Vamos book those tickets, there's still more to do as Guangzhou Gaming, Team Spirit, Team Falcons PH, Team Falcons Meta want to find themselves in the other two spots. 4 teams fighting for 2 more spots, and that's just Group A. Tomorrow, Group B takes the stage, and that leads us to some big games, gentlemen. GK Esports, Selangor Red Giants to kick us off. That's a lower bracket game, meaning one of them is going home. Yangon Galacticos Pro Esports, Onyx and Aurora Gaming. Coach Midnight, who showed us some awesome stuff, that Rafael Amid. We'll see if he has any more tricks up his sleeve. We'll close out the middle of our day into
Onyx Aurora will be absolute cinema.
Versus Team Liquid, another lower bracket game that will send a team home if they can't get the job done.
Yeah, based off of what we saw from their previous matches, it seems like the first match for GK and for Entity 7, they're going to be the ones I think perceived by a lot of us as climbing an uphill battle.
Yeah.
But those middle set of matches, those look really exciting.
What's insane is that in the past you would say the Aurora versus Onyx could be an uphill battle for Aurora, but this time around, I think more and more eyes are looking at Aurora as real contenders here. You know, word on the street is they are doing very well behind the scenes, and what we're seeing on the stage, they are also doing very, very well.
Well, to all of our talent and all the production team, we appreciate you all for being here and joining us on day 3 of MSC at EWC26. My name's Rain Day, and I'll remind you to never give up, never stop gaming, and we'll leave you tonight with the STC recap. See you tomorrow.
Very clean the way he talks, bro. Could learn a thing or two from him. Nice recap. Ah well, folks, it is what it is. Have a good night. I'm gonna log off and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. I'll insert some ads.